All right. Let's see. Oh. I have the... Hi. I have a piece of audio equipment turned on that I don't want to be on. I wonder if I can turn that off without like totally disabling my whole stream. Oh wait, maybe it's not on. Maybe it's just that my headphones are connected to both the stream and the what do you call it? Oh, what's going on? Oh, there's a lot. The chat is popping off. The chat is popping off. Does it look like it's... No, it's not keeping up in my little chat overlay. But I do think my video is better this time around. I think I've sort of started to fix my video situation. Oh, there's immediately like 44 people in there. Holy shit. Oh shit, I don't think I'm supposed to swear. I think the high peak of people was like 40 or like 60 people or 60-ish sometime last time. I'm trying to figure out if my desktop audio is being broadcast on the stream. So I'm gonna... This is a test for me real quick. I'm just gonna listen. It does not appear to be playing my desktop audio on the stream. Good! That means I can listen to the audio that I'm animating to whilst streaming without spoiling what is happening to you guys. I guess I can also just mute it to be safe. I don't need it, but like, it's nice. It's nice to be able to like hear what I'm working on. Okay, cool. So is everything working for you guys? It's like the stream health is healthing. The video is videoing. The audio is audioing. Give me some feedback. Let me know if everything looks okay, if anything's laggy. It doesn't seem like it. It seems alright. Okay, cool. Yeah, last time the stream was alright, but it was, my webcam was laggy. And I was thinking about, putting on a, I was thinking about using my old-ass iPhone as, like, an external webcam. But I think that would actually probably cause more of a strain on my GPU. Anyway, I just, like, lowered the bit rate or whatever, and I think it's fine. I think that did it. And also, it's so far, I mean, you know, knock on wood, but so far, I think I don't think it's lagging on the drawing end either, which is also nice. It was kind of laggy last time. So, yeah. I have, to catch anyone up who wasn't here the last time I streamed, I have like a very old computer. And, I mean, it's not like insufferably like bad or anything, but just like trying to stream on top of like running a bunch of hefty programs is, it's just kind of a lot, you know. It's a lot for the old girl to handle. All right. Today I am coloring. Today I have this scene pretty much cleaned, and now I'm coloring it. It's very intense, very spoilery kind of stuff I'm doing, but you know what? That's fine. Hopefully it just like creates a little bit of hype because it has been so long. And hopefully that's not, oh Jesus fuck. Hopefully that's not like something that's gonna cause a whole, what do you call it? There's less chance for lag to happen, I think, doing it this way. You know, because I'm mostly just feeling, I'm not like having to draw a line and make sure the computer doesn't shit itself to death while I'm trying to draw. So, hopefully all goes according to plan. Alright, let's see what chat's doing. Give me something to talk about. Been a fan since 2013. It's good to wait for good things. Yeah. Let's see. Joe Nathan and Stinky Sock. Chat flow and on-screen seems pretty synced. Okay, that's good. To me, it looks like the chat is like going off, and then like maybe every 5 messages or so, it decides to like show it on the chat overlay. I'm sorry, I have no idea. Oh god, they're in glorious color. Yeah, there's going to be this. There's at least one sequence in part 2 that I want to have fully in color. Currently drawing some pretty ladies, says someone in chat. That is awesome. Good for you. Wish I was drawing pretty ladies. But yeah, I'm gonna turn on the auto pick. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, I see what happened. But yeah, I am. I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't need. Oh my god, come on. Yeah, I'm coloring. I am coloring today, hoping that kind of keeps everything from being too much of an overload on the memory. Hopefully. Oh, what is happening? Layer. Oh, it needs to be above. How is everyone else doing today? Oh, actually, before I ask you how you're doing, I'm going to talk some more about myself. I said I was going to stream once a week, and I haven't been doing that. Instead, I streamed 2 weeks in a row, which is pretty good for me, and then I didn't for 2 weeks in a row as well. Because I had like a bunch of real life stuff I had to do. Nothing important, like I didn't do my taxes or anything yet, but like I had some just like real life tasks and errands and that needed to get done. And so I didn't stream and for 2 weeks in a row. So we got 2 weeks of streaming and 2 weeks of not streaming, and now we're on the next week, and I'd like to start streaming again. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I can. Nope, that's wrong. Will you auto pick? There we go. Thank you. Okay. I don't know. It's tricky. I like doing it. It's like kind of hard to commit to. Last week I ended up I was mostly I mentioned this the last time on the stream. I've been replacing the headliner in my car, and I was doing it in like my parking space, which I shouldn't be working on something like that in my parking space at my apartment, but what else am I gonna do? And then there was like one day where it was really windy. I like woke up because it was so windy, and I was like, I can't keep this headliner board in my parking space or it's gonna blow away. So I had to bring it inside and like finish it that day, and it was like a whole thing, and it was like a whole like week-long project in itself. So yeah, I don't know. I watched videos of people doing it online, and it looked pretty easy. And then this always happens. I'm like, well, that's cool. Some guy on the internet did it. And then you go to do it yourself, and like your situation is different from theirs. You're like, oh no, my thing doesn't look like that. Fuck. Like now I gotta like do this whole extra step. Well, how do I do that? And you gotta find another video. And I went through so much lacquer thinner. Anyway, unimportant. But that's what I've been up to. I replaced the headliner in my car with a cool, like, woven Mexican blanket. Because, like, fuck that. If you're gonna, like, redo it anyway, it's like, why would I just put, like, gray headliner fabric in there again? And then it's like, well, I had that off. I'm like, I'm also gonna put insulation for when I do car camping. And, like, you know, that was, like, a whole ordeal, too. Not important. Not important. I'm just a DIY girly at heart, and sometimes I end up doing that instead of animating. You know how it be. Let's see what Chad is up to. Why is Jonathan like that? He's sad. Sock looking nonchalant, trying to gather some energy to get my ass off my bed. You know what helps me get my ass off my bed is, well, I don't know if it's what time it is where you're at, but for me in the morning, what helps me get my ass off my bed if I don't have like a job that I have to get to, is having like an exciting breakfast thing to look forward to. Like for most of my teenage and early 20s years, I didn't eat breakfast because I like woke up kind of late, and I was like, I'd rather just wait till lunch. Like lunch is kind of my favorite meal of the day. And then in my like late 20s, early 30s, I was like, you know what would actually make me really excited to get out of bed is like a fun thing to eat. I'm very food motivated. I'm very treat motivated. I'm like a dog in that way. And like some good coffee, right? So buy yourself some good coffee, like reasonably good coffee. It doesn't have to be like the fancy shit, but like, I don't know, if the Starbucks is on sale, get the Starbucks instead of the Kroger brand or whatever. Get yourself some creamer, some fancy little, I don't know if you like putting those fruity little flavors in your coffee, you can do that. And like for me, like I like eating a breakfast bar because it's not, I don't have to like prepare a whole breakfast, but I found like a couple of them that I really like the taste of, and it's like protein, and then it's like cool, I can just go. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Find an exciting breakfast. I used to make breakfast tacos too. That was another, with like little eggies in them. Anyway, find a if you're treat motivated, let that get you out of bed. All right, about to make some Silent Hill 3 fan art. Nice. Did someone ask, why are you white? Unsure. I am welcome now to Millions declared. So excited for it. Confirmed Erica is woke. Thank you. Do you have DeviantArt or Tumblr? I do. I have a DeviantArt. I've had a DeviantArt since I was like a teenager. And actually that's where I like first started posting about Welcome to Hell. It was a webcomic I was making like back in the early 2000s. And I have since, like, DeviantArt has a storage that you can kind of like private your deviation. I didn't like totally nuke it, but I pretty much hid everything on my DeviantArt that's not Welcome to Hell. Because like I don't have the time to sit there and go through like every, like I don't think I've ever drawn anything like really, like I'm not ashamed of my old drawings. Like that's, I left it up for a very long time because I was like, I want younger artists to see that it's okay to like post cringy drawings or whatever that you're not proud of, and like to show that you can like grow as an artist or whatever. But then I was like, you know what, I don't have time to go through and like remove every cringy thing I've ever said, and that's a little harder for me. Like, I've never been an asshole to anyone online. I've never, like, gotten into fights or, like, sworn or used, like, you know what I mean, like, untoward language to anyone. I'm not super worried about that, but, like, it is very, there's just there's cringiness. There's a lot of cringe. There's a lot of, like, self-cringe, and I can't, like, anyway. I do have a DeviantArt. My DeviantArt is Real Faker. It's Real-Faker. Real-Faker is also my Tumblr. That was kind of my username that I used before just using my actual name. But there's also welcometohellfilm.tumblr.com, and that is more of like that was where I was first posting about Welcome to Hell, the animation, as like it was kind of like a production blog that I started in college while I was working on it. So, and that's sort of where like I consider the like the core of the early fandom started like springing up there. There was a very active Tumblr community. So like if you go on Tumblr and you type in W2H or Welcome to Hell Film or anything like that, like I'm not as active on the Tumblr blog anymore, just because it's too tiring to keep up with. But like, there's a pretty deep well of Welcome to Hell fandom on Tumblr. So anyway, happy to see you live streaming. Thank you. Breakfast is for the week. What's your favorite breakfast food? I love a good French toast. My favorite breakfast food is actually like a breakfast burrito. It's like Mexican food, but make it breakfast, basically. That's my favorite. I don't eat that every day because I can't have every single meal be that dense, but that is my favorite breakfast. But if I eat a breakfast like that, then I'm like kind of good for the rest of the day. So anyway, I don't want to like rule out dinner with my wife by eating a gigantic breakfast burrito. Espresso concentrate is so good. Interesting. I've not tried it. Is that, when you say concentrate, do you mean like it like comes in like a bottle and you like pour a little bit and then like fill the rest with water? I've done that a little bit, but I don't think I get the ratio correct when I do that. I've done that with like cold brew that you buy from like I think Trader Joe's has like a cold brew that's meant to like just be like a concentrate, and then you like fill the rest with like water or whatever. Finally been able to catch a stream. Yay! Don't worry, I haven't been streaming for the last 2 weeks. I'm just trying to. I streamed 2 weeks and then didn't 2 weeks, so like that's a pretty good like track record for me. Putting off an animatic to upcycle some clothes. Hell yeah, dude! I also love upcycling clothes. I love modifying clothes. You can't see it. There's just to my left of my like corner desk situation, I've got my like shitty little sewing machine and like a bunch of half finished sewing projects. But yeah, that's the other thing. I have like so much, I don't know, I do a lot of crafty things on the side. Like it's nice to be able to actually do something with your hands in flesh space and not just like through the screen. Oh, it's fucking St. Patty's Day, isn't it? That means it's my friend Emily's birthday. Happy birthday, Emily. She's not watching. I'm gonna tell her happy birthday. Happy B-Day. I'm such a good friend, you guys. I am wearing green, actually. It's on my shorts. My 90s shorts. So. Anyway. You can't really see. It's like a hunter green. It's a dark green. But it's a green. Just trust me, it's a green. Okay. It's the long W2H2 hair is beautiful. Oh, my hair is beautiful. Thank you. I didn't wash it. It's kind of greasy right now, but thank you. Occasionally I'm 50 more notes than usual. Yeah. Just do milk and cream with the okay, yeah. I was right about the coffee thing. It's been 3,000 years. Happy birthday, Emily. Oh my god, everyone's saying happy birthday, Emily. I'm gonna show her that. She's gonna know I'm such a good friend. What time is it for me? It is 12:34. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work a little bit. Sorry. It's like whatever. Keeping up with the chat and like also doing the thing is tricky. No. No! Give me the right colors. Give me the colors. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go in and fix the colors once it's done. Nope. Nope. I should put on like some music or something in the background that won't get us in trouble. But I don't know what. I don't know. It'll just lag my computer. I'm not gonna do that, I guess. But it's like not a bad idea. Just like to kind of fill the void. Okay. Yeah, let's keep auto picking that color. No! Oh, it's so off. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Oh. Boy. Okay. He's moving too much. Auto pick is not gonna work. That's fine. Beep, beep. Turn that off. Oh. Wait a second. Okay. There we go. That's what's happening. I see. Okay. Oh no. Oh no! Okay. I'm clumsy. Okay. It's like a little laggy, but that's okay. It's alright. I'll see what chat is up to. Yeah, his name is Richard. Sock's name is Richard. Yeah, if anyone wants to draw while they're watching the stream, please do. I like to do science while I draw. I call it labradoodling. Nice. Wait, a Shrekend is part of your vocabulary now? Yeah, you're welcome. Any chance you can take to add a little Shrek to your life is, I think it's worth taking. I mean, and the possibilities are truly endless. It's like, you've got way to Shrekend, get Shreked instead of get wrecked. Did I absolutely fuck this up? No, I didn't. Did I? Okay. For a while, I was doing that thing where it's just like, I'd also say like, shell yeah, and stuff, like, that thing when like, it's like themed puns for whatever the cartoon is, like, I don't know, it's a Ninja Turtles thing, so they're like, oh, shell yeah, or like, oh man, that's jawsome, like, I think that was like Street Sharks or something. But like for a while, just as many as I could of just like stupid like puns, slang from a cartoon with a theme. I was like, I'm just gonna start like implementing this in my real life. 'Cause why not? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, there. That work? That work? Wow. Yeah, it's fun. It brings a little nuttiness to our otherwise unnutty world. Good nuttiness, anyway. Alright. Did that. Cool. What are we up to? Shrek Fry. Whimsy is the key to survival. Yeah. The horrors are never ending, yet I remain something. Silly. That's the one. First time watching the stream. Oh, cool. Welcome. Normally it's more laggy than this, and I spend more time talking to people than working on a thing. So by the end of the stream, I'm like, well, I did 2 drawings. Hope you guys had fun hanging out. So I'm gonna try and be productive. But yeah. I was 12 when I got into Welcome to Hell, and I'm 18 now. Cool. Thank you. And or I'm sorry. Premium English. Literally messing. Key to waking up is having an exciting breakfast. That is true. I stand by that. Oh, Sock turned into bar. Like when his hair was the same color as his skin. Yeah. Banner quotes. Thank you. Thank you. It's we're using for the chat on the stream. It's like, I don't know if it's Streamlabs or the other one, but it's like a chat overlay. And it does not, I also have it set for the chats not to disappear, and that doesn't seem to be happening. They seem to disappear anyway. So I don't know. I've noodled with it to the extent of what my patience will allow. And I don't think it catches every single chat. So, you know. I mean, if you're in the chat right now, I think that's fine because you can see, like, you can just see the chat thing on the side. But if you're, like, watching the VOD later, then, like, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is she talking about? Sounds like a wonderful spring break. Oh, I think that's referring to Shark Gub. Dr. Pepper. Okay, we're talking about Dr. Pepper here, and Dr. Pepper is it was my, like, soda of choice for, I mean, I was, like, addicted to Dr. Pepper. I don't drink it as much anymore, and I had to switch to diet, but, like, I, like, basically survived off of Dr. Pepper and throughout my teenage years and college. I was obsessed with it. I had, like, a big plushie of, like, a Dr. Pepper can and, like, keychains and stuff. Like, anytime there was Dr. Pepper merch, people, like, got it for me. I was a big Dr. Pepper girly. Oh, I missed his eye color because the background is also green. Hi, y'all. Hi. Do you know Wolf Quest? Is Wolf Quest... I'm thinking of Wolf Den. There's, like, a game, or I don't know what it's called. There's a game where you, like, have a pack of wolves and you can, like, breed them and, like, get cool, like, markings and, like, there's, like, packs or whatever. Oh no, it says my video is not smooth. Well, whatever. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. We'll just power through it. Power through it. If it gets, like, insufferable, let me know. Is that what we're talking about? Because I've been thinking for a while about playing a game like that, like, just to, like, collecting my dumb little animals, my dumb little sparkle dogs kind of game, just as, like, a, I don't play, like, a lot of video games. I don't know if we're talking about a video game. You asked me if I know what Wolf Quest is, and I don't know what Wolf Quest is, but I'm, like, guessing that maybe it's something like that. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna go through and, like, do all of these. Oh, wait. I should use the same... Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Fill me in on what is Wolf Quest. And you know what? I'm gonna fucking... Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. Hold on, gotta beat a brush. I'm gonna paste the entirety of socks coloring as a brush. Maybe. Oh, I can't get that to work. That's not gonna work. It's not exactly the same drawing. Maybe? No. Sorry, you guys are witnessing, like, me doing some really janky TV paint fuckery. I think that works. And then we'll just fix what's wrong with it. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me about Wolf Quest. What's Wolf Quest? Okay, so I did describe it. That is the game. Is it made... There's, like, another one that's, like, with lions that's called, like, Lion Den or something, right? And then they made a wolf game. And if that's the game, or whatever, even if this is a different game, it's a different Wolf Collection game. Let me know if it's any good, because I am interested in playing something like that. I'm like a little worried that it might be too I don't like play video games to relax. Like, I know a lot of people have like cozy games and stuff that they like to play, but I don't do that. I just do other crafts and stuff like that. I actually don't understand how people like find the time to work video games into their like. I maybe other people just don't have whatever brain problem I have. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I have undiagnosed something, but like, what I do know is I don't like the thought of like just playing a video game for fun is not like a thought I really ever have. But I think that it would be nice to do sometimes. Like, and like really at the end of the day, what I want to do is just like some stupid like, whatever. It's like a management, maybe a management game. I don't know if I actually want to do stuff like that. But let me know if Wolf Quest is a recommend. I will check it out. I am a wolf girly. So, you know. Let me know. Okay. This is such a stupid thing I'm doing, but if I boop this brush in exactly the right way, now it'll save me some time. There. No? Maybe. Yes? Maybe. There's some weirdness. There's some TV Paint weirdness. But it is a net good, the existence of TV Paint. Even though I have moments where I'm like, why the fuck is it like this? There's way more moments where I'm like, oh my god, thank god. I think most of the why the fuck is it like this is because it's built on a much older software. I think that's the correct colors. So a lot of it is just like, that would require like changing the entire like infrastructure of how it was built back when it was called Mirage or something like that. Like, I don't know. I don't entirely know. I'm also a few versions behind, so I need to upgrade. I'm told there are some things that I have like exactly 2 problems with TV Paint. I've talked about them on streams before, I think on the last stream, and I think in the new version they fixed one of my problems with it, so I need to get on that. Alright, what's chat up to? Not too much. Okay, that's cool. Barbecue water, Dr. Pepper. I mean, they do make like barbecue, like Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. It's interesting, there's kind of a, okay, Dr. Pepper, 23 flavors, right? 23 mysterious flavors. We don't know what they are. They've never told us what they are. Sometimes people describe it as a cherry flavor. Sometimes people describe it as like kind of a spicy cherry. I've heard Mr. Pibb described as a spicy cherry soda. And Mr. Pibb is it's a Dr. Pepper-like. But I wouldn't exactly call, I mean, a cherry Coke, like that's a cherry soda. I wouldn't exactly call Dr. Pepper a cherry flavor. It's interesting that people consider it a barbecue flavor, because barbecue, in my opinion, means like hickory or like smoky, and it's not smoky. But what it is, here's the thing. There is a mixed drink that a guy I went to high school with turned me on to when I was on I used to go camping with a bunch of high school friends every summer. And he was like, I know this sounds crazy, Erica, but if you take it, if you make like a rum and Coke, but instead of rum, use amaretto. Like amaretto and Diet Coke. Diet Coke specifically, I think, because it's got kind of like a sweeter taste to it, and also because like I'm a diet soda girly now. It tastes just like Dr. Pepper. It tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper if you just take like Diet Coke and like a splash of amaretto. Undetectably, it just tastes like Dr. Pepper. And amaretto, I think, is like an almond-based flavor, I want to say. I'd have to look that up. But in any case, there is an amaretto flavor to Dr. Pepper, which is adjacent to, it's in like a similar profile as like cherry. And I think the hard liquorness of amaretto, kind of like there's a smoky association with like hickory and therefore barbecue sauce. Like a sweet barbecue sauce, because not all barbecue sauce is sweet. Like Dr. Pepper is like undeniably sweet. Not all barbecue sauce is, but like a sweet, smoky hickory barbecue sauce. I could see how that is like a similar sort of flavor profile to Dr. Pepper. Anyway, no one knows what the 23 ingredients are, but I do think 20 of them are amaretto. That's all I'm saying. Dr. Pepper, you should release the 23 flavors. The public deserves to know. And I will place bets that the one of the main flavors, like, you know, when they list the flavor, or when they list like ingredients on a thing, they're like listed in order of like what is the most prominent like ingredient. I'm willing to bet that one of the most prominent flavors in Dr. Pepper is like an amaretto or some kind of like almond extract amaretto something or other. I'm willing to bet money on that. Anyway, that's my unhinged theory. And if any of you are old enough to drink, amaretto and Diet Coke, give it a shot. Well, not a shot, like ideally a tall. I've had a couple, like if I'm at a bar or I'm like playing in a bar, I'm doing a gig or something, and I'll ask the bartender for an amaretto and Coke. A couple times they've been like, do you mean an amaretto sour? And I'm like, no, I mean like an amaretto and Coke. And they're like most people are cool and they're just like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, you know, you can do whatever in Coke. Like that's like a pretty common kind of drink. But I've had a couple people be like, a what? And I'm like, just trust me. Just like as if you were going to make a rum and Coke, but instead of rum, put amaretto in it. Anyway, it's good. Oh, why didn't I copy and paste this one? I'll just do this. Copy. See what Chad is up to. Zero sugar cream soda Dr. Pepper. Okay, they're coming out with all these freaky flavors of Dr. Pepper. There's like a cream soda, there's like a raspberry one, there's all these different flavors. There was a strawberry vanilla one, I think, for a while. And I like them, but I don't want to buy like a whole pack of them. I just want like the one, like 1 liter bottle or 20-ounce bottle or whatever in like the checkout late. Like I want the impulse buy. I want it to be like a special one-time thing. And they do that, I think, to test out the flavors first before they release like a 12-pack of them or whatever. But I don't want like a 12-pack of like what I consider a dessert soda. You know, like I just want that like once or twice as a treat. And I know it's impractical for them to make that. So I guess I just have to like wait for them to show up on a Coke freestyle machine at the movie theater or something. But that's cool. Would you recommend the zero sugar cream soda Dr. Pepper? Maybe it's worth it. Maybe I should. I think I could put up with a cream soda just like as a little treat occasionally, but I don't think I could like drink it with a meal or something. I don't know. Maybe I could. Yeah, they're on a reality show with a green screen. That's why the screen is green. No, I turned the background green so that I could see if I'm like missing a pixel. You know, like when you fill color something and there's like a tiny little pixel that didn't get colored. Like the green just makes it way more obvious to see if I missed something. Um, okay, so there is also a game called Wolfden. Tell me which one I should play. Like which one's better? Make a case for Wolf Quest versus Wolfden. Like what is kind of the primary goal of each game, or like how do people who play it tend to play it? Like what is the kind of like, what is the gameplay like? How do you play that game? Because I also like, I've played games before where I'm like, oh, I'm really, like when I was younger, I think like the first Sims, I got a hold of the first Sims and all I was interested in was like making Sims, and then I'd like turn it off. I was like, oh, I just kind of want to like create a character. I don't really care what they do beyond that. So yeah, like what is the sort of mechanics of each game? Or are they similar enough that it doesn't really matter? Which is the superior one? What should I do? Oh, we don't have gas station Walmarts in LA. A gas station Walmart is a Costco, by the way. No, a gas station Walmart. Well, wait. Sam's Club is the Walmart's Costco. But I don't know that Sam's Club has a gas station. And we don't have them, as far as I know. I don't think they have them in LA. I think it's a Midwest thing. We do have Costco in LA. And Costco does have a gas station. We don't have the Walmarts with the gas stations, to my knowledge. But that's a good point. A lot of times gas stations have like the funky flavor sodas. Dude, oh my God. Before I went on a road trip once, I got like a Coke. It was like a Diet Coke that was like, I think Oreo flavored. And my friend that I was like going camping with was like, oh man, let me know how that goes. And I was just like, the thing is, I'll try these and I'll get like halfway through it and be like, this was all I needed. The rest of this is going to be a mistake. Like for the first half of it, you're like, that does taste like Diet Coke and an Oreo. And then for the second half, you're like, flavor means nothing. And I don't want this. I should be drinking water like God intended. But like, I do like the sort of rush of the first half of the bottle of like, what is this new exciting flavor? Like it's not bad, it's not good, but it's not bad. It's like it's exciting enough to keep going to a point. And then you kind of like reach that point. Let's see. Someone's talking about how to color something. Industry standard something. Color after the character's movements and scene is mostly completed. I'm a newbie and find coloring is easier while doing the movements at the same time. Oh, okay, this person's answering that. Industry standard, because for cell animation, in-betweening would be impossible with color. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're doing your own animation your own way and you find that process easier, that's cool. But like industry standard is the thing. Kind of has to be like, coloring is the last step, because it's kind of like, you need to be able to do all these in-betweens and check that it's moving the right way, and you need to make sure the movement works correctly first, kind of like one thing at a time. What this guy said. But yeah, if it's working for you, then that's cool. There's like no, rule that says you have to do it in this order, but this is like the industry standard. Yeah, I guess a lot of the practices that you do kind of come from cell animation ultimately. But I still find them useful even with digital animation. Because like if I have to go back in and change something, like if a piece of animation is not quite working and I've already colored it, then you're like, fuck, like you don't just have to redo like the lines or the animate, like the movement itself, like you also have to redo all of the colored bits that are moving. And so like coloring as a final step just kind of like makes sense because you're like committing to like, okay, like the other day actually, I don't think I still have this frame. Everyone, when I started the frame, they were like, oh my god, Jonathan looks so cute. He looked like this. His forehead was super fucked up. I opened this the other day and I was looking at it and I was like, wow, he's got a 5 head. Like, and I had to fix it. I had to put like his bangs were a little like adjusted like too far away from his head. And I was like, they need to be on his head a little bit. And I had to like tweak the eyebrow and stuff. And it was already colored, but I was like, okay, it's worth. Unfortunately, it was just like a little tiny like chunk that I had to do. It wasn't like recoloring the whole thing, and it was just on one frame. But like to have to go back in, even in like a digital coloring scenario, and like fix something like that, it's just kind of a pain. And also, there kind of has to be a standard when you're working with other people, I guess. Like that's the other reason that there are industry standards or whatever, is so that, you know what I mean, it's consistent. You can kind of do what you want if you're just like working with yourself. But okay, let's see, let me catch up. Didn't convince me. What is this? Oh, I already read that. Sorry, I keep scrolling too far back. Cherry. We're talking about the Dr. Pepper flavors. Wolf Quest is more intense. Okay, here's the difference between Wolf Quest and Wolf Den, I think. Wolf Quest is more intense for survival and getting things done, defending your pups / kids and other stuff. Okay. See, that's what I'm unsure of. Like, I don't want there to be nothing. I don't want there to be, like, nothing beyond just, like, creating sparkle dogs. I want there to be something to do in case I want that. But I also don't want that to be, like, necessary, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm in a mood to just create sparkle dogs, then that's... I want to be able to not worry about the questing of it. You are not an intruder? Person from Brazil. There's a lot of Brazil Welcome to Hell fans. Is Jonathan a furry? Mayhaps. I wrote like a fake synopsis for Welcome to Hell 2 that was on my Patreon, like hidden in like a pitch Bible or something. And I said that like the plot was that Sock finds Jonathan's like sketchbook with like drawings of his fursona, which is a whale. So he's like one of those furries that's like a dolphin or a whale, or I don't know if there's a different word for it. They're not scalies, but like a, I mean, they're still mammals, but it's just, you know what I mean? Anyway, like Jonathan has like an unconventional kind of furry fursona. And anyway, I was joking that was the plot of Welcome to Hell 2 for a while. And I do think that's really funny. Like, I do think that would be a funny episode. Let's see. Oh my god, sorry, I keep like right clicking on something on accident. Okay. moved out of LA back in 2021. Yeah. I know a lot of people that moved out of LA back in the COVID times because everyone was working remotely, so it was kind of like you don't even need to be here to work anymore. That was interesting. And a lot of studios, I mean, to the extent that you can find studio work, a lot of them still are remote or at least hybrid. Because I guess it's kind of like, I mean, they could make you come back, and they did. Like, I worked at a studio where they made us come in. But also, it's kind of like, we sort of proved during COVID that the animation TV pipeline can kind of continue uninterrupted with everyone staying at home in quarantine. So, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know about all studios, but I worked for a studio that moved into a lot of businesses did this during quarantine. They remodeled, or they moved to a bigger space or something like that. Not just animation studios. I mean, like, coffee shops and shit did this too, but like, and so I think the kind of spaces that were like, oh, here's our chance to like remodel or move to a bigger place or whatever, like those kind of places were more like, oh, we have to justify the cost of this higher cost building that we're in now. Everyone get back in here. But a lot of places where my wife worked for a studio that kept like threatening to make everyone come back in, or like, oh, everyone pick 2 days that you come in to work or whatever. And it's like, and they never really enforced it. They kept saying they were going to do it, and then they didn't. And I don't know, what's goofy about that to me is kind of like, well, you know, you have to, if everyone, let's say you're in studio 3 days and you work from home 2 days, and everyone gets to pick what days those are, then everyone's days are different. Everyone still has to be on Zoom anyway. So like, what's the point? Like, let everyone work from home in that case. I don't know. It's just like, I do think there's a camaraderie of working in studio that is, that you simply don't get when you're doing it remotely. But man, like, the rest of the shit in my life was getting done way easier when I could just like be at home and also get the work done, you know? Like, man, it was just, that was great. That was cool. I don't have to sit in 2 hours of traffic to come home and then make my dinner or whatever. Like, holy shit. Okay, sorry, enough about that. What can I do to mix Oreo and soda? Dude, the fucking terrible people at Coca-Cola, that's who. Wolfden, okay, here's the difference in Wolfden. Wolfden involves a lot of real time, and grinding if you want high value, cool wolves. High value wolves. But the community is awesome, and Wolf Quest is a more survival focused game. Okay. Here's the other thing. I don't like grinding. I hate grinding. And like, I hate grinding so much actually that like when I'm playing a game like, when I would be playing a game like Pokemon, like my wife is the opposite way. She'll grind in an area so that she's so overpowered that like defeating the gym leader or whatever is just like a walk in the park. But I like a little bit of a challenge. One, I hate grinding, and two, I do like a little bit of a challenge. So it's like, I will be the lowest, like, within reason that you can possibly be just to, like, not have to grind. And then it feels like I really accomplished something when I beat a boss or, like, a gym leader or whatever. So, okay. Wolfden is more grinding for high value and cool wolves, but the community is often, and Wolf Quest is more just for survival focus. Fuck. I might have to try both of them. Like the idea of a survival focused game, but not if it's like too stressful. Like, I don't know. Really, I just want like a cool wolf making machine. And I understand like that it can't be, you know, you have to work to get cool wolves, like, and like unlock stuff or breed. I don't know how it works. works. But I understand they can't just like give you here's a wolf machine, make some sparkle dogs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm after. Oh. Suck. Oh, baby, why is he hovered too far outside of the rounding box. Okay. Okay. This is not going to be on screen anyway, but just to get it done. Okay. I think that's good. No! Okay. I feel like coloring is much easier and less laggy on the stream, which is nice. I mean, it's not, like, not lagging, but it's not, like, the frustration of having to draw a line and redraw a line over and over and over again, which is nice. What is going on there? Alright, I'm still behind in the chat. I need to catch up a bit. Uh-oh. It looked like my video went away for a second. The feed like totally went away for a second, so I don't know what that's all about. But it's back. Oreos with Pop Rocks. Didn't remember an Oreo one. This was like a couple years ago, or yeah, probably a year or so ago with the Oreos. I don't know if they're still doing that. Oreo flavored Oreos. Don't like the fizz. That's cool. You could not like the fizz. That's fine. I think the appeal of soda is the fizz. So it's like, if you're not into that, then, you know, then you're not. Oh wow, there's a lot of viewers at 90. Oh, woo, okay. I think it's refreshing. It's at 93. Now it's down to 72. So either I lost like 30 people, which fine, whatever, good riddance, or it just I don't know what that was all about. I want to make an animation in the future about a group of kids who finds aliens in their small town. Would anyone watch that? Sure, yeah. I mean, all the other stuff has to be good. It can't just be like a good idea. But oh, that's funny. Yeah, getting hired at the place you just moved away from. Yeah. Okay. Background always makes me look like, what? Sorry. Oh, it just updated and now I can't. Oh, like I'm in holy light. Thank you. All the windows in my house are on that side, so that's why. I like it. What I like about the holy light from behind is that it's so blown out on the camera screen you can't see the horror of my living space. Like, I mean, it's not terrible. Like, I'm looking at my kitchen right now. Not terrible, but it's not picturesque. It's not a good, like, streaming background to have. So what's nice about the blown out light is, like, you don't see that there's, like, a pile of laundry next to the laundry machine. Oh, the laundry machine is off camera, so you don't see that at all. Perfect. You know. Living room also has a window that's sort of, like, bathing everything in a holy light, which is nice. It blocks a lot of stuff. Also, because I'm backlit, there's not a ton of detail on my face, which is great, because if I'm feeling kind of gross, then it's like, whatever. No one can really see. I have a 15-year-old webcam, and I've got it turned all the way down. I do have a ring light just so you're not like looking at like a shadow person. But anyway, let's see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this message in Spanish. They speak Spanish and not English, but they love Welcome to Hell, I think, is the gist of it. Thank you. I gotta get better at my Spanish. That happens once every time on stream someone asks if I speak Spanish, and I'm like, not really, but I can like kind of read it. So, I don't know. I gotta like take a class or something and get better at like doing it conversationally. If that makes sense. Like I can read like a billboard that's in Spanish or something, but if like someone is talking to me, I'm like, fucking, can you do it slower? Más despacio, por favor. I don't know. But then I can't think to like say that because I'm like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like my brain doesn't. You have to like practice conversationally to be good at something, and I can't do that. I mean, I could. I just haven't. Okay. Here we go. I say high value because you can sell the wolves you breed to other players, and markings, bases, and eyes add to those wolves. Interesting. Sell them to other players for like fake game money or like real money? Okay. I was one of the U2's Jonathan Plush giveaway winners. I'm so excited to receive him. Oh, yay. That's awesome. Congrats. It's cool to see this progressing. I remember trying this years ago. Yep. I'm a ginger ale fan myself. There's a startling amount of stuff to Wolfden. I'm realizing now that I'm trying to describe it. Got it. Hi, Erica. Hi. Okay. I think I'm all caught up. If you guys want to give me like some shit to talk about, I can just like talk incessantly. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of if there's. I'll think of something to say in the meantime. Otherwise, I'll just kind of like talk to myself while I'm doing madness. Maybe? Not quite. I don't want to nudge it because it gets fucky. Oh, that's perfect. Cool. Oh, this was a mistake. I'm hungry. I'm hungry now. No! Get a granola bar or something in a second. Anyone been up to anything cool lately? Have any exciting adventures? I've already talked a little bit about my last couple weeks of exciting adventures. Was redoing the headliner in my car. Not just redoing the headliner. Like everything becomes a whole thing. Like these are the dome lights. And like you have to take all the little bits out to get the like the ceiling of the car out essentially. And I'm putting this thing back in, and like one of these little metal tabs, oh, it's not this one, is it this one? One of these little metal tabs that's like holding the thing in place keeps like popping out, and I'm like, so stupid. So now I have to like, you know what I mean? Whatever. That's what happens when you drive like a 20-year-old car. Like all the little plastic tabs or metal tabs that are holding the pieces in place are like just like waiting to break. And anyway, so this piece was also broken here. Like one of the lights, when you click it in, it was like getting stuck because this piece of plastic is broken. And I had a friend kind of like plastic wizardry it back together and like put a bunch of epoxy on the inside here to hold things in place. And I think I'm gonna ask them also to like perma epoxy these little metal clips in. Anyway, it's just everything becomes like more of a mess than you anticipated. You're just like, cool, I'll just like do this and that'll be simple, and then it's not, because you break the thing in the process, or you know, or whatever. There's something more to it. Like I had to scrape all the foam off of the molded ceiling fiberglass piece. Like the foam is supposed to be disintegrated, and like all the videos on YouTube where someone's just like brushing it off with a fucking wire brush, and I'm like, it is like plastered to the thing with the adhesive, so I had to like dissolve it with like lacquer thinner, and it was like a whole, anyway. So now I'm working on like putting screwing all the little bits and bobs back into the car and dealing with what I broke on them in the process. I do stuff like that a lot, where I'll be like, I could do this thing myself, and I do it, to be fair, but then I'm just like, oh wow, this is why you pay someone to do something. So that, because it's like, it's doable, but it's just enough of a pain in the ass, especially if you like don't have a garage or a space to work in, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I did the same thing like when I first got this car. I put a new stereo in it, and it was like, well, now I know how to put a stereo in, but also, why didn't I just, the amount of time and fussing, and like, I could have just like paid a professional to do it. Did I save money? Yes. Did I save time or my sanity? No. Like, ultimately I like doing stuff like that, but it's just kind of tricky when you're like trying to balance between like, oh no, I don't want to spend money, but I also don't want to spend time. The learning experience part of it is nice too, but again, it's like, I don't know, it's just tricky to balance. Okay, now we're finally at some other frames. Jesus. I should look at chat. I can see that it's going. No, I asked you guys a question, and then I did not look at the answer. Oh, his eyes are fucked up. No! That's okay. I'll go fix them. Oh, it's because I have the gap closer on. I don't want that. Don't want the gap closer. The gaps should be opened. No one's gonna notice. No one's gonna notice. Or maybe they will. I don't know. It's like I'm zoomed in, which is why I'm noticing. And like, probably most people are gonna be watching this on a computer screen, but like, I don't know, in the event that I like, I don't know, like screen it somewhere, or it's like happens to be on a big screen, it's like I want it to look like okay. I don't want it to look like I never once zoomed in. You know? Okay. Here. Let's see what chat is up to. Send food by helicopter. Corn ice cream. I haven't, but that sounds really good. I could see how that would be really good. Is it like a salty kind of ice cream? Or is it like a sweet corn situation? Corn is interesting. It's as a flavor, it can be sweet or it can be savory. It kind of works both ways. I'm super down to try corn ice cream. Some of the best ice creams I've ever had have been like savory kind of ice creams. I think I had like a pretzel like a beer and pretzel flavored ice cream once at some weird little specialty ice cream shop in some beach town, and it was fucking amazing because it's like that sweet and salty, and I don't know. Anyway, corn ice cream sounds incredible. I'd totally try that. Do you like the Goofy movie? Yeah, I like the Goofy movie. It's not something that I like rewatched a whole bunch when I was younger, but I do like it. Don't know if we have everyone. How do you describe the emotional arc of Welcome to Hell? Are you planning on making it really emotional, like cry-worthy? Of Welcome to Hell 2? Or of like the whole potential theoretical series? Of Welcome to Hell 2, if people cry, that would be great, but like, you know, you don't have to. Like, different things hit different people in different ways. It is gonna have like a very emotional kind of like climax, which is something that when I first started working on it, like all these years ago, I was like, so much time has passed between Welcome to Hell 1 and Welcome to Hell 2. At the time, it was only like a couple years. But like, I was like, it's gonna really feel like people are really gonna like, it's really gonna hit because like they've been waiting for so long. And now I'm kind of like, now I'm worried that it's been too long, and it's like, maybe it's gonna feel like, I don't know. I have no idea. The Welcome to Hell 2, if this was being produced like an actual show and it had like a whole planned outline of episodes, like the second episode of Welcome to Hell, the show, would not be what I'm making right now. The thing that I'm writing into this is actually kind of more like a season finale. But I kind of thought like, well, because so much time has passed, that'll feel satisfying. And then if I like, because it's my own thing and I can kind of do whatever with it, it's like, I have a friend, his name's Kalen Whitfield. He's also a indie animator, and you can check out his stuff on YouTube as well. He goes by Jazzlight, Jazlyte. And he also does the voice for Shadow Jonathan. He was telling me he has this kind of idea of like he called it floating IP, which is just like, it's your own thing, and you can kind of like, you can plug in stuff like wherever you need it, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be chronological. Like, I could just make like a random short that like takes place between Welcome to Hell 1 and Welcome to Hell 2 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and then you can sort of organize it all in a playlist or something later on, like as if it was chronological, but like just sort of the idea of like making something on your own and being like, well, who cares? I'm just gonna make what I feel like making when I feel like making it. And if the IP is interesting enough to you and to other people to kind of like keep doing that, like, you know, why not? Like, why not just tune in and see what's going on? Anyway, so I'm interested in that idea because Welcome to Hell 2 it's been such a long process, and I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't just like make a really good animatic or something. At the time, I don't know, I felt like I had something to prove, I guess. I don't know why. Well, I do. But, you know, now I'm like, I sort of lost my train of thought. I hope the arc is emotional. Like, I hope people feel something when they watch it. And if they don't, that's okay. Like, stuff doesn't always land. I've had people tell me before, like, they don't get what I was going for or what I was doing, or it didn't hit for them, and like, that's fine. You know, it happens. Okay, let's see. Just grab me peanut butter and cinnamon sugar sandwich. That sounds good. Been learning to play bass. Nice. Hell yeah. Do you play other instruments, or is bass the first one you're learning? And what made you want to play? Fake game money. Okay, this is about Wolvedon. Silver and gold. Silver ones and gold cones. Cones? And gold cones can get you things like player-made decorations for your wolves. Player-made. Oh, that's cool. You can also just buy gold codes with real cash if you want. Okay, I see. Have I seen TADC? Oh, Digital Circus? Yes, I have. It's very good. I think it took me a couple episodes to get into it. I was like, I like what this is doing, but I'm not like totally on board yet, but I am going to keep watching. And I'm glad I did, because I think it didn't take very long for me to be like, oh, this rules actually. Yeah, it's really cool. Nice, I made it to a stream. Does trying to draw a perfect circle count as a cool thing to do? Yeah, I think so. If you're having fun, it's cool. Nothing super exciting, just occasionally frying my hair off with hair bleach. Ooh, that is fun. I've been meaning to do that. I haven't like dyed my hair in a while, and my hair was long for several years, and I have this thing where I don't like to do semi-permanent hair dye. Like, if I'm gonna dye my hair, I want it to like last. So, and what was nice about I dyed my hair a lot more often when the last time I had it short, because it's like, well, if I don't like it, it's just gonna grow out, and then I can trim it, and then it's gone. But and it's easier, right? It's easier to manage when it's short. Anyway, now that it's short again, I've had it short for about a year now. It's like I want to get back to dyeing it, but I haven't found the time. I haven't found like a color that I'm really excited about. The color that I am excited about, I'm under the impression is actually kind of hard to maintain, and I don't want that. Sock plushie and the BG back there on the couch, or because there is sock plushie on the couch. Sock and Jonathan plushie are on the couch, and then the little makeshift sock is over here. They're on the couch because I did a photo shoot with them over there, and I have not moved them since. Little motor mount fell off my car and engine crashed to the ground. Oh no! How did that happen? Was it like rusted through or something? What kind of car? How old? Give me the deets. In my like really particularly shitty older car that I have not sold yet, one of the, like several years ago, one of the worst things that happened to it, I was driving late at night and I heard this like clunk, and then the car just like stopped, and I was like, something fell off of it, and I looked all over on the road. I could not find it. I had it towed to a mechanic. It's not my favorite mechanic. Here's how you know. I've talked about this on stream before. Here's how you know I drive like a really shitty car. I have like a preference of what mechanic I get towed to. Like it's like, I like this guy, but he's kind of expensive and he's a little bit of a douchebag, but he will fix the problem. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's ideal, but he's way out of the way, and it's like impossible to. Anyway, so it got towed to one of my mid-level preference mechanics, and that guy was like, yeah, like there is a bracket, again, like a mount for like the starter pulley or something, and he's like, that just is gone, it fell off, and I don't know how that happened. He's like, it's like about the size of a salad plate, so it's not something you would miss, and it can't just like it's, I guess it was cracked, or like part of it had fallen. Anyway, he's just like, something would have to hit it with such an insane amount of torque to crack it. It's like a solid piece of metal. Anyway, he was like, do you know what happened? And I was like, no, I was just driving it. It just happened. But you know, the car did spend like 20 years of its life in the Rust Belt, so maybe that had something to do with it. I have no idea. Cars are crazy. But anyway, so I curious about the whole motor mount totally falling off. It's really funny. I'm sorry. Found a Raggedy Andy doll from the 1940s or 50s I've been wanting for years at a thrift store that was in bad condition with no arms, and deep cleaned plus restored him. His name is Worm Andy. Oh, I love that. Kind of like you know, like custom Furbies, you know, people making like, what do you call them? Long Furbies. You could have like a long Andy, a worm Andy. That's awesome. Oh, sorry, I'm way behind in the chat. Suck has eyebrows. Okay, now we're okay. Back to the Raggedy Andy comment. Playing the new Scott Pilgrim game. Cool. How is that? Do you see your project staying independent, or have there been opportunities to scale it into something bigger? By scale it into something bigger, I guess you mean like have it picked up and produced by like an actual studio. I don't know. Every now and then something comes along that sort of hints at the opportunity of it, but it doesn't really ever pan out. I don't know. It's tricky because like the appeal of making something through like a whole studio, the studio system is that like you have money and a whole team and this and that. But also what sucks about it is that like in any moment the guy who was in charge could be replaced or fired, or there was a merger and now this guy doesn't work there anymore, and the new guy is like, well, I don't really like this thing anymore, or we're not doing this anymore, we want this now. And it's like what do you know what I mean? In any moment your shit could just get canned, and then what? So what's nice about an indie thing is you're never gonna have that happen, but it's just gonna take longer and blah blah blah. I don't know. I haven't like pitched it around or anything. I keep on thinking every now and then I think maybe I should, and then I'm like, but who would even? What would? I don't know. Okay. All right, catching up on chat. Why does Jonathan look like he's crying? Maybe he is. Okay, good. Salty but in a magical way. I'm guessing that's about corn ice cream. Slowly getting out of art block. If I get motivation, can I draw fan art of you? Sure, I guess so. Just make me hot. It's my one request. Make me super cool and buff. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can if you'd like. That's happened a handful of times. There's like a couple tiny little fan arts of me, usually in the context of like, oh, I got like a birthday zine way back in the day of like Welcome to Hell fan art, and there was like one or two of me in there like with the characters around me. That was really fun. But yeah, I mean, feel free if you'd like. Whole story is what I meant. Oh, okay. This person was asking about the whole big emotional arc of it. I don't know. I do like the idea of it becoming this whole big emotional story arc. I don't know the extent of like again with the theoretical like series of Welcome to Hell. I don't know what the big like climactic moment would be. Like, is it subdued? It'll probably be emotional either way, but is it like a more subdued kind of emotional thing on like a personal character level, or is it like a big, like earth-shattering, like we rewrite the laws of, you know, whether or not, whatever, like of heaven and hell, and like moving the fucking earth or whatever to like, I don't think I want to do something like that, but that is like a thought that I used to have back in the day. Like I don't really think Welcome to Hell is that kind of story. It's more of a subdued kind of, it's more like an indie film. My wife has said this to me before. She's like, you basically made like a live action indie film. Like you basically made like a two guys talking to each other indie film. And that's true. Like that is kind of the vibes that I was going for, is like twee little indie film, but it's like about a, oh, he doesn't have his flap on that side. Oh no! Zuck's flap is gone. What has happened to the flap? Okay. Did I delete it, or did I just never draw it? I just never draw Well, it must be, there's frames here, but then it's gone. It's not on the frames. That's fine. I'll just do this. Okay. Yeah, I picture it being like emotional, but like emotional and maybe like on a small scale character level, if that makes sense. I have an idea for like what the last or second to last episode would be. I don't want to spoil it in case I ever make it, but I have, I think, a really good idea. I've like told some people about it and they're like, dude, yeah. So if I ever get a chance to make that, that would be cool. And it would just be kind of like a small scale kind of hopefully emotionally satisfying character kind of thing. Would be high drama, but like on a small scale, if that makes sense. Like, I think I'm better at, well, I'm more interested in like kind of like small scale interpersonal drama, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, but with a supernatural flair, I guess. I don't know. There's not enough low-key indie vibes, mumblecore ghost buddy comedies. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. I made it. I'm scared now. Johnny Boy is crying. Man stayed this long. Shopper John mentioned, yes. That looks squishable. Thank you. That is the goal. Look how you animate their mouths on the side of their face. It looks like... Thank you. Yeah, it's a fun thing to like drop occasionally. Like, I don't think I can do it all the time, but I do think the like little anime side mouth is really, really fun. Shadow John is the best. I have a folder of everything relating to him on my phone, and there's only like 70 things. I'm surprised there's 70 things. That's crazy. Working on a lip sync animation assignment. That's awesome. I love doing lip sync. I hope you have fun with that. How long will the live stream last? Like, if I go, I'll miss the best moment of my life. It's just going to be more of this. It's going to be more of this moments. I don't know how long it'll last. Usually these can go for like, I can go for like 2 or 3 hours usually before I'm like, oh shit, I need to leave. But, I mean, I'll probably be here for a while longer if you want to like dip out and come back later. And if not, I mean, like, YouTube automatically creates a VOD afterwards, so like you can just come back to the channel and watch it if you'd like. The star design I do last. I do that on a separate layer because fuck that. It's like one too many things to keep track of while I'm coloring. I do like a separate, like, just tracking his star layer on top of everything else. Jonathan also doesn't have his like tumbler nose or his like eye bags yet. Like, I'll do that on like a separate layer on top. Not for your short film. Oh, back in the day I wouldn't have my novel today. Oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Many other animation channels here on YouTube. Yeah, okay, I think I'm all caught up. I'm gonna get a coffee refill. We'll be back. I'm gonna do that. And I'm going into the heavenly light and grab a snack real quick. Sorry, I'm walking away from the mic, but you guys can handle it. Try not to trip on the Ethernet cable. Okay. I'm eating a bar on stream, you guys. Normally you gotta pay extra for this, so you guys are just getting it for free. You're all very lucky. I'm gonna turn up the sorry, I'm just like watching myself because there's a lag on the screen on the stream, so I'm just like wondering how much it picked up. Like, can you see me in the heavenly light? Oh yeah, it is really picking up the sound of that wrapper. That's so crazy. Okay. What animation map am I working on? It's TV Paint. I talk about it all the time. I feel like I'm being obnoxious about it, but I talk about it in my other streams all the time. It's good that you're learning Harmony. That's a more, like, industry standard kind of program. If there's any free or cheaper programs. I don't know what Harmony costs. I'd have to look that up. And I don't know what TV Paint currently costs. I got TV Paint when I was a student 10 years ago. And the student price of it was like $300 or something. So that, I mean, that was very reasonable. And it's a perpetual license. It's not a subscription. I mean, I think Harmony is also perpetual. I don't think it's a subscription, but I don't know. More studios use Harmony than they do TV Paint, so I think it's good that you're learning that. If you want to have something, I don't know, it's just kind of preference. There are some free programs. Is Credo free? I've heard people talk about that one. Blender is free. I know you can use it for 2D animation. I have not, so I can't really speak to that. Clip Studio Paint is not free, but it's it's a one-time purchase, and I'm under the impression that it's not crazy expensive. It's a perpetual license. I know a lot of people that use Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, I'm using TV Paint just because TV Paint and Clip Studio Paint, I think, are the only ones that I know of that are raster programs, which is to say, like, bitmap, like, they're not vector programs. It's not like, although Harmony has this shit where you can do like textured brushes and stuff, so it feels similar to working in, like, when I say a raster program or a bitmap program, what I mean is something like Photoshop, you know what I mean? Which is like, your line quality is technically lossy, but it feels better in my opinion. It's not like rescalable, like with like vectors you can kind of like scale it mathematically without it like changing the quality or whatever, or like there's like a path to the lines and you can sort of tweak that. A raster program is just like you draw it and that's what's there. And so that's closer to traditional animation for me, so that's what I like. TV Paint does that. Pretty sure Clip Studio does that. Pretty sure Blender does that, but again, I've not used it for 2D, so I don't know. But Harmony is kind of the industry standard, so if you have that, and if you have like a deal on it, like a student pricing or something, like, I'd go with it. Heading out, time for work. Have an epic day. Thank you, you too. Yeah, oh, that's a good point. Natural Average Nerd says the studio pays for their copy of Toon Boom, so they can use it. That is pretty much any studio should, like, ideally pay for your any bigger studio, right? Because if you're there working at the studio, you're going to be like using their equipment and what they paid for and everything anyway, and it all kind of has to like operate with their ecosystem, So ideally, yeah. Actually, what I like to do if I've worked remotely for a studio, I usually ask them if they can, like, some places will ask, like, what do you require, like, in order to work. And sometimes I'll just straight up say, like, I want a computer. Like, I'll have them, I've done that before where I've just like, can you send me a whole ass computer? So that way I don't have to, like, even install, because again, like I said, I'm using like a shitty, like, 10-year-old computer that's sort of like struggling. And, I'm like, if they'll just send me one of their machines and I've got like a KVM switch and I can just like go between my own and theirs, like, I'll make room on my desk for a fucking iMac. I like to do that, but yeah, usually they will pay for the copy because they don't want you like using whatever, for me they'd have to pay for my copy of things because I either don't have the software that they want me to use, or I have like an older version of it, or something like that, or a cracked version of it. I shouldn't admit that, but what are they gonna do? But yeah, that's the thing too, like, different studios will, like, you'll have to use whatever they use, so like, I've worked at Shadow Machine several times before, and the last 2 times that I worked there, they are on Harmony now, but for a long time they were using Flash, which it was like well past the point where I think a lot of studios were still using Flash. And anyway, I mean, sometimes you'll show up and they're like, we use this, you're like, oh, cool, yeah, I know how to use that program. And you kind of like learn on the job. But anyway, my point is just that like some studios are like locked into whatever they were using, and that might be different for everyone. But at this point, Toon Boom Harmony is like pretty standard. There's a lot of places that are using that, so I think that's good. And they should provide you with like what you need to do the work, because they just have like, you know, some crazy like a corporate license or whatever that they can like have on like a billion computers or whatever, so they should be able to just like cover that for you. But like for your own personal work, that's why I use TV Paint, because I like it for it does what I want it to do personally. There's not a fuck ton of studios that are like using TV Paint, or if they are, it's for maybe like a specialized thing. I saw a job posting the other day from Titmouse that was asking for TV Paint animators. I don't know what for, but you know what I mean, like generally they don't. It must be like a specific project or position, but yeah, like for yourself you can kind of use whatever, which is nice. There are vector. Yeah, there's vector layers on Clip Studio Paint, I believe. But I just mean to say that like I think it is both. I think it has both, right? I could be wrong. The most somber of Saturn says, I'll look into Blender. I've been meaning to try it, but I need a more powerful home computer. $300 for $200. Again, I don't know if TV Paint is $300 anymore. I kind of suspect it isn't, but if we have a student ID, it might be cheaper. Also, if you want to look into Blender, I'm sure many of you are familiar with what's his name? Oh my god, Worthy Kids. And I believe he has tutorials on how he uses Blender to do his animations. I don't know if he just posts those on his YouTube or if they're on his Patreon, but I'm on his Patreon and it's very reasonable. I think it's like $2 a month or something like that. He has tutorials on like how he does 2D animation in Blender, so that might be a good thing to watch. Again, I've not really like looked into that, but I know it's doable. And that's how that guy does all of his stuff. So, okay. Have a good rest of the stream. Worm souls. Thank you. You too. Have a good day. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. I'm leaving now, so if you do something cool while I'm gone, I won't like your live stream. Sorry. I promise I won't do anything cool. I've never done anything cool in my life, so rest assured you will not miss anything. There's a question that I'm going to answer, but I'm trying to break it down in my head first. How do you usually start animating the episodes / scenes? Like in your script, do you use layout in the script, or do you just put in the normal stuff like lines or an animating script? I don't know what is meant by lines. I don't know if you're talking about dialogue or like lines that I draw. How do I normally start animating? I think, well, Welcome to Hell is a very dialogue heavy. It's a very dialogue heavy thing. So I start with a script. And sometimes when I started working on this, I wasn't very good. I'm not like I don't think I'm like the best storyteller in the world, and I don't think I'm the best dialogue writer either. I think I've gotten better, and I think I'm getting better all the time, and I feel more confident in my abilities now. But at the time, I felt like, okay, well, I mean, I have kind of an outline of what's going to happen. Like, first if we're talking, I mean, you asked me how I start animating. I'm talking about how I start planning the whole story out. Like, I do an outline, and then I do a script. And if I'm kind of struggling with the script, then I'll start drawing it. I'll start thumbing it out a little bit. Because sometimes that comes easier to me than just writing. But sometimes writing comes easier than drawing. Like, sometimes drawing is a whole lot of thinking. And writing, you can just be like, blah, 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 and, like, get that out. And if it doesn't work, then backspace it and do... Like, that's a lot quicker than, like, drawing a whole thing and finding out it doesn't work. And so I'll do that. Ideally, there's a script in place, and then I thumbnail it. And thumbnails are just to kind of like get the general, like, you know, a thumbnail might look like, you know, might look like, oh God, I'm sorry. This is like, I have the smoothing on in a really stupid way. Like, Sock is like, hey. Like, and Jonathan's like, like, this is really bad. I'm kidding, but it's like, but I'll just do like, here's literally just like the thumbs of like where they're gonna be standing in the shot or whatever, just to kind of see what works and make sure it's like Sock is consistently on like this side of the screen. I'm not breaking 180 over the 180 rule over the course of this, you know, sequence or whatever, you know, or just to kind of like think about how to best stage something. And then like, oh, and then the next shot is like a close up of Jonathan while he's talking and he's like, you know, it can just be like this. These are particularly bad. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. And then Sock's like, what? Like, that's mean. That hurt my feelings. You know, just kind of that thing, and like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, okay, Sock is consistently, he's on that side or whatever, but then we need, whatever. So I'll do that, right? And then you kind of like go in and you make the drawings make a little more sense, and you tighten it up into storyboards, and then you time the storyboards out, and then you go in and do, well, at that point I drop in dialogue, because I kind of animate to the dialogue. It kind of has to be edited and timed. That's part of the animatic process. And then once I've got that kind of in place, like now I've got a little chunk where I can like actually start animating, because the timing is locked more or less. Sometimes I will go back in and tweak it a little bit. But for the most part, the timing is locked, and then I can like just jump in and start animating. Ideally, you do rough animation first, you know, to time it all out and make sure it's working, and then you clean, and then you color. I'm oversimplifying. But those are basically the steps of it. So how I start animating, I've also like gotten a lot more, I feel like my work has gotten a lot stiffer lately, but I'm trying to be more on model with my drawings. Because if I go back and look at like, I mean, I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I made the first Wall of Hell. You know what I mean? I was like animating kind of for the first time. Not animating for the first time, but animating a large scale project by myself with, you know, my own rules and deadlines and whatever in place. And no, I have it set to erase. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so I'm trying to be more on model this time around. And a lot of times I'll like, something I've been doing lately is to make sure I'm on model, I will have like a layer underneath with like, I don't know if you can see this on screen. Where are all these layers? Sometimes I'll have a layer of like, okay, like I just like imported like Jonathan from the model sheet. Like there's just a layer of him beneath the animation, so I know like what size he is in the scene, and then I can kind of like use that for reference underneath. Like I'll do a lot of that, like just importing a model sheet for reference, and trying to do that at the rough stage. I didn't do it in the storyboard stage, but like if I was, when I've worked on a show, I like for a studio that is not me, I do that at the storyboard stage. You know, for my own work, I've been a little more loosey-goosey, but then I kind of try and fix it when I'm cleaning it up. Because again, it's like, it's just me working on it. I'm not like handing it off to anyone else. It doesn't have to be like standardized if it's just me. Oh shit. I hear my bunnies in the other room getting up to some kind of crime. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. I think you asked me how do I start animating. I guess like that. I import the necessary reference images, and then just kind of like go for it. And I try and like make sure everything is on model and proportioned the right way, and then I just like kind of go in and clean. Just do it. Did I get all of that? Did I get all of his eyes and shit? Oh, there's a piece. What is that? What is that red? Okay. What is happening? It's on this layer. Why does it not go away? Oh, because it fucking has it done. Jesus Christ. Okay. It's not all across the whole thing. I think that's fine. Yeah, sorry. Zoned out. Trying to get the frame done. Let's see. What do we got? Welcome to Hell is something cool. Okay, Welcome to Hell is the one cool thing I've ever done. Ooh, it says OBS reconnection successful. I guess it disconnected at some point. Cool. Sorry if that happened. Table hitting scare. Oh, I'm sorry. It must have picked up really, really loud. This is like a metal table, so I'm sure it really echoed. I have no idea what this shit-ass blue snowball is gonna pick up like insanely loudly for no reason. Jonathan is a villager. Your smile is stitched. I don't know what stitched means. I'm sorry. Yes. Out of curiosity, how did you set up your portfolio when you initially went into the workforce? I'm thinking of trying to apply as a storyboard or character design artist. Okay. So those are two very different portfolios. I've not worked as a character design artist. I have talked to one once and asked how would I set up my portfolio for a character design job, because I would like to do that at some point in the future. I'm interested in doing design work. I've not done it, and I would like to get more experience doing it. What I would do is, first of all, if you're going to have multiple things on your website, give them each a different section. You can pull up my portfolio for an example. Not that it's the best one out there. what is it? Erica-Wester.com. So like each section, I'm not gonna pull this up well. I don't want to lag the computer. Each section of like your work, like you're gonna want storyboards on its own section of the website and design on its own section of the website and so on and so forth. If you do animation, like each thing should have its own tab or its own page. And if you're applying to a specific job, don't just send them the homepage link to your website. Send them specifically what page has that portfolio on it. So if you're applying to a storyboard job, send them the link to your portfolio page specifically. If you're applying to a design job, like hiring managers don't want to have to work they don't want to have to look, they don't want to have to sort through all your bullshit to find what they're looking for. So like give them exactly the link and make it very easy for them. That's my like first piece of advice, just in terms of structuring the website, right? I'm told that for design, they like to see what your process looks like, not just the designs. Again, take this with a grain of salt. I've never worked as a designer, but I'm told they like to see what your process looks like. So what are the sketches and stuff like leading up to with the design that you finally settled on, and then what were the variants of that or whatever, and like how does your thought process work? How do you reason through your choices? I'm told they like to see that. Oh god, I just noticed some shit that's standing out. So much stuff is messed up. I'm told that's what they like to see. So I would include that. I would include your process, like all of the sketches and stuff leading up to the design you finally settled on. Maybe some alternates. That is what I would do. And for storyboards, this is interesting because I've worked a bunch of storyboard jobs, and I cannot tell you, I don't think I actually have a very good storyboard portfolio. Most of the boards, I mean, I have like storyboards that I've done for other shows in my portfolio, but most of my own personal work, I don't think it really demonstrates an industry standard knowledge of the storyboard process. So I would do a little snippet of whatever you're interested in doing. I would load your portfolio up with that. Like if you're interested in doing a sitcom style show, have sitcom style boards. If you're interested in doing an action adventure show, have an action adventure scene. Like, you know, whatever it is that you're interested in, you kind of have to build your portfolio in that way. If you're interested in multiple things, I guess you can have kind of multiple samples. Again, make sure you link to those specific samples. Like if you're applying, again, to a sitcom show, don't link to them your like action adventure like stuff. Like send them your sitcom-y looking stuff, you know. If you're applying to a really cartoony show, maybe like lean into your more cartoony work and kind of have that all sectioned out in such a way. I also think, I say this all the time, I say this in every stream and in every chance that I get, your portfolio is only one of, I think, 3 things that sort of have to align for you to like get a job. Well, under normal circumstances. Right now, everyone's kind of struggling to get a job because there's just not a lot of jobs right now. Or rather, there's more workforce than there is jobs. Anyway, so I think there's 3 things you need to have. One is a portfolio, a good portfolio that shows that you can do it. The other is networking. It's knowing people. A little bit, it's knowing people. Not always. It's helpful. It's not impossible to get a job without without a connection, but it certainly helps. And the other thing, unfortunately, that you have no control over is timing. I'm going to talk about timing in a second, but first I want to talk about the networking, the knowing people. A lot of people think that networking means you go to events and you like rub elbows with like producers and directors and executives and fancy people above you who could give you the job. That's not how you do it. Networking is literally just like being cool and friendly to other people that work in your industry, because realistically, the people give their friends jobs, right? Like, you know, if I was at like a party with like a bunch of animator friends when I first moved out here, the sort of thing would be like, oh, where are you at right now? Oh, are you looking for work? Oh, I heard this place is hiring. Like, oh, I'm working at this place right now and we're looking for a blah, blah, blah. Do you need work? Do you know anyone? Like, it was always like right after, hey, how's it going? Was like, where are you right now? Are you looking for work? Do you know a place that's looking for, you know what I mean? Like, it's like your friends and acquaintances are going to be the people that like key you into what jobs are available, because a lot of studios, they're like, you know, they're required to post a job listing online, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the job listing is available. They have to, there's certain rules where like they have to post the listings online, even if they're not planning on like hiring someone who applies. Sometimes they're already planning on like hiring someone internally, or like you know, like someone that's like a friend of, so you know what I mean? Like, realistically, usually, not always, but the likelihood of you getting a job is, I think, better if you have friends that work in the industry who can vouch for you, who can say like, oh shit, we're looking to hire an extra person on this team. I know someone who's really good. Like, can I tell them to send you their portfolio or whatever? So that's it. Networking. It's networking at people with your at your level, right? I think a lot of people think they need to network with someone above your level, but those people aren't going to look out for you. They're looking out for their friends and the other people at their level. You have to network with people on your level, on or around your level, because those are the people who are going to like have your back. And also, realistically, like it's just making friends. Like, it's not even like just be a cool and normal and good person to people, and that's, you know, there, you've networked. And then the third thing, timing, you don't have any control over, which is really unfortunate, because when I first moved out here, like, I had a lot of friends that worked in the industry. I had a decent portfolio, and they kept telling me like, oh, apply here, apply, like, oh, I know this place is hiring or whatever. I applied to like everywhere. I couldn't get a job for like, I think the first year, maybe 2 years that I was out here. And then finally, like, I'm sorry, I feel like I've told this story a million times, but there's always different people in the stream. So like, I had a friend at a studio who left, like, he broke his contract to go work at another studio. And so they needed someone to fill that spot. And my other friend who worked at that studio was like, oh, I know someone. And she contacted me and was like, hey, our friend so-and-so is leaving. They need someone like right fucking now. Will you send them, like, here's the email, send them your portfolio. And I was like, I've already applied to this studio 2 or 3 times. My portfolio is exactly the same. If they didn't want me, then they didn't want me. And she's like, yeah, well, but they're hiring now. They need someone now. So like, and I put in a good word for you. So tell them I sent you and send your profile, a portfolio. And I did. And like, immediately they were like, cool, can you start Monday? Like, and you know what I mean? And this was a studio that I had applied to several times before with the same exact portfolio. Didn't hear anything. Like, it really does come down to timing. And that's not something you can control. So all of those 3 things kind of have to align. And if you have control over the first 2, make friends and be nice to people and like have a decent portfolio that shows you're capable of doing the job, then eventually the stars will align and the third thing will happen and you'll get your foot in the door. That's kind of been my advice. I hope that was helpful. I know that was really broad and sprawling, and it was a whole adventure that we just went on together. But anyway, that's my advice. Hope that helped. Let's see. tips for someone who's scared to start animating or doesn't draw well? Do you like drawing? And what is it about animating that appeals to you? Or do you just want to try it? I would figure out what is the desire that you want to do. Oh, someone's drawing Jonathan's whale sona. I love that. I'd figure out what is actually like the key thing that you want to do. If you like drawing, I mean, just practice that. And like try it and see how you like it. That is kind of the tricky thing. If you want to do hand-drawn animation and you do, I mean, you can do rigged animation, you can do puppet animation. That's not something I have a lot of experience with, but a lot of people do rigs. If you're more interested in the idea of motion than you are in drawing, there's ways to animate without having to draw, you know. Again, rigged animation, 2D rigs, puppets, CG, doing motion graphics is another thing. And then also, this is kind of like, this is a little goofy, but like, I mean, stop-mo, right? Like, obviously you have to have you'd have to get into building puppets or whatever if you want to do character animation, but also like you can just set up a camera and like take your, like, you know, make your phone into a camera and buy a cheap little mount and like set it up like a down shooter, and you know, just take like little figurines or pencil and stuff and like move it around and take one frame at a time. There's a software called I used to use called I think it's called Dragon Frame. I don't know if it's still called that. I don't know if it's still around, but that was a free program and it was very good. It was a stop motion software, and I used it for like shooting traditional animation, like, and playing it back. I've done some write-ups on this actually, like on my Tumblr blog a long time ago, but there's ways that you can do, like if you just want to get into the act of animating and see, or you could do with cutouts, like paper cutouts, you could do it South Park style. Like, there's all kinds of ways to animate that don't involve drawing. I think a lot of people tend to think that animation means Disney. Animation means, you know, being good at drawing, and it doesn't have to. Like, animation is really just the motion. It's just the movement, the illusion of life, so to speak. And I don't know. I mean, so I guess it kind of depends. Like, if what you want to do is draw and be good at drawing, then unfortunately you just have to practice drawing and get better at that. But or, you know, I mean, I guess you could do like animatics or storyboards or something if you want your drawings to be timed to something, but you maybe don't necessarily have the skills to animate yet. That's another option. I would just kind of evaluate like what it is at the core of it that you want to do, and figure out a way to do that. There's lots of ways. There's a million different ways to animate, and be creative and put something out into the world, or get it out of your head and into the world. It's just a matter of like figuring out how you do that. Socks' shoes are the wrong color. Socks' shoes are the wrong color! I think they're supposed to be the color of his eyebrows, and I made them the color of his hair. Oh, boy. Whelp. I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. I knew it. Okay. That's fine. We're doing this. This is kind of an aside, but when I was a kid, I have a memory of, my parents recorded a lot of video of us, like my sister and I when we were babies, crawling around on the floor and being cute. And we had a lot of family videos. And one of the things that I remember And I used to watch them also when I was a kid because I was like, oh, I'm on TV. You know what I mean? Like, and something that I remember watching in one of these videos was my dad had like taken a pair of, I think my dad had done it. Maybe it was my mom, but I think it was my dad. Anyway, it was a pair of dress shoes, and the camera was just pointed at these shoes, and he just like stop mode them. It's called pixelation when you do it with like real life props, but whatever. It's an ancient term that no one uses anymore. But like he had just like stop mode these shoes to be like, sorry, these are my penguin slippers that I'm wearing, to be like bear, like they were walking, and of course he wasn't in the shot. He was like doing, I guess he was just like recording a second, because it was on a camcorder, and I guess he was just like recording for a split second, you know, as if taking a frame, like a screenshot, or, you know, like a picture, exposure. And I remember watching that and being like, oh my God, like, how did you do that? That's magic. Like, how did you make the shoes move? And he was like, I don't remember if he explained it to me or not, but I do remember like seeing one of my parents who, I mean, my parents are creative. They're definitely creative types. They're not animators. You know, they're not, like, my mom can draw, but you know what I mean? Like, this is just like a regular person just like messing around with something that they thought was kind of fun. And like seeing that as a kid was really, really cool, because it was like, no, how did you do that? That's magic. Like, and it was kind of nothing, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a really impressive piece of character animation or narrative or anything. It was just like a goofy little... Anyway, I guess my point is that you can always just explore the concept of motion, like of just making something move. And that's also valid for wanting to explore animation in that way. Like, it doesn't need to be, you know, a big epic storyline or whatever. I don't know. Hope that helped. Hope that made sense. Sorry. My hair is terrible right now. Jonathan themed phone case. That's cool. But well. Oh, I'm sorry. People keep asking about me pitching to the studio. I'm guessing you're talking about Glitch. I'll get to that in a second. I've talked about this on other streams. But let's see. I wasn't trying to ignore that comment. I just feel like I answer it a lot and I don't have like a good answer. Sorry, let me catch up. Also, yeah, Nat Your Average Nerd had a good point, that you can just, you don't have to literally know people in person, too. It can just be people that you meet online or whatever, in terms of, like, networking. Let's see. Whalothan is done. I would love to see Whalothan, if there's a way for you to share that. Let's see. It's also advice that you so much local punk scene, getting into it. Yeah. I do like drawing, but I feel like my art style is horrible with animating, I think. I don't know. I mean, so also if you want to get better at animating too, like you can kind of just go through, like, there's all these basic exercises that they make you learn when you go to school for animation, like bouncing ball. There's 13, Jesus Christ. There's 12 principles of animation. And I said 13 because I put that on my portfolio. I had like testimonials, and
I put like a bunch of fake bullshit on there, and one of them said Erica came up with a 13th principle of animation, but she won't tell anyone what it is. Um, Testimonial from Milk Call. But anyway, uh, what was I saying? 12 principles, right. There's 12 principles of animation, and there's exercises that you can do to practice those. Squash and stretch, there's like a bouncing ball, there's like a pendulum, there's a flour sack, there's like animate a feather falling down, animate a piece of paper falling down, animate a rock, right? Wait. There's all these kind of exercises you can do and should do, really, before you start animating a character, because a character is a whole ass character. There's like a lot of different principles and stuff going on. I mean, if you want to actually get good at animation, I think they're kind of two separate things, right? You have to work on getting your art, your drawing skills to a point where you can reproduce an image fairly consistently every time, and you have to get your animation to a point like where you understand what you're actually doing. They're kind of two separate things. So keep working on drawing, and then maybe if you want to try animating, like just do some of the exercises, do the bouncing ball or a pendulum. Oh, I do not need to save this. Yes, you can close that. That's what I would do. And then once you feel a little more comfortable with that, you can kind of combine the two things. The unfortunate thing is it is just, like, I know, it's sort of like, it's like learning an instrument, right? Like, everyone who wants to play guitar wants to fucking shred. Like, they don't want to sit down and learn scales and learn chords and learn music theory or whatever. They just want to know, like, how do I play this one song? I'd really love to play this one song. It's what I want to do. I would love to be able to play that. And it's kind of, I feel like animation is kind of similar. It's like, I have this story idea or this character idea or whatever it is that I want to animate. How do I make that happen? And it's like, well, unfortunately, there's building blocks that need to be in place first. And you do just need to, like, work at those and practice and get better. And the best way to do that is to enjoy doing it. If you don't enjoy doing it, like, it's gonna be hard to make yourself sit down and do it. Like, I think I've been drawing my whole life. I'm not saying this to be like, I'm so good. I'm just saying I have always enjoyed drawing. And I think that's kind of an important part of doing it. If you're able, and when you're a kid, you're not worried about, like, well, my art style isn't good enough or whatever. You're not worried about that kind of shit because you're not comparing yourself to other people. You're just like drawing for yourself because you enjoy it. And I think if you're able to still, like, turn that part of your brain on, or rather turn the rest of it off so that you're not in your head telling yourself you're not good enough. Like, if you're just drawing or making art because you enjoy making art, then, like, you don't have to force yourself to get better at it. You're just going to want to do it because it gives you dopamine and makes you feel good. And the more you do it, incidentally will make you better at it. It literally is, like, you get better with practice. But practice doesn't have to be, like, sitting down and making yourself do it. Like, practice can be sitting down and doing it because you enjoy doing it. That's, I think, the quickest way to get, like, good at something is, like, to make sure you actually enjoy doing it. Because then you don't need to, like, motivate yourself or trick yourself into doing it. And sometimes that comes and goes. Like I'll be perfectly honest. I don't always want to animate. Like, sometimes I'm like, man, fuck that. I cannot sit down and focus on animation today. I gotta do something with my hands. I gotta go replace the entire headliner of my car. Like, that doesn't mean you're, like, you don't love the thing or whatever. Like, sometimes you just need a break and you need to do other stuff. But, like, I do think if you... the joy that you experience in drawing... I think you have to enjoy doing it to get better at it. And you don't have to, but I think that's the most, like, reasonable way to do it. I think that's maybe, like, the healthiest kind of relationship to have with it. For me, anyway, I have found. I don't want... No!
I don't want this little line right here anymore. That is what I would say. And with animation also, the moment of, oh, I'm really enjoying this is going to come from hitting play. Like when you test, like, okay, let's just do this right now. It's probably going to lag because I've got a lot going on. But like when you play, it's super laggy, but when you play back your animation and you see it move and it like moves the way that you want it to, you're like, oh shit, cool, it's the thing that was in my head. And that feeling is going to feel really great. It's going to make you want to keep doing it. Or maybe the feeling is, oh, it's not quite the thing that's in my head. I got to work on it a little more. How do I make it look like the thing that's in my head? And what's going to happen when you've spent all this work, like doing it, you're going to like sit down and watch it and you're just be like, and when it finally clicks, you're going to like just sit there and like look at it for a while to like get back some of the time that it took to make it, like just sort of like basking in the fact that it's working for a second before you dive back into to making it. And I think I don't know, it's a labor of love, and I think like sitting down and actually watching the thing that you've been working so hard on and feeling that like, oh, this is my baby, I just worked, it's taking its first steps, you know what I mean? I think that feeling is if you have that feeling when you're watching playback of your work, that is a good indicator to like keep doing what you're doing because you're actually enjoying it. In my experience, I don't know if that's helpful, but this is sort of broad advice. But let's see, if you can do stick figures, people can look good too. It's not the art, it's art. Yeah. Oh, dude, you can do stick figure animations. You can just get a bunch of Post-it notes, a stack of Post-it notes, and do a little flip book animation. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Artistry of any kind requires a very specific kind of masochism. That's funny. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm catching up. Big news, Jonathan laughing. Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry, now the chat's popping off because I played like a clip of Jonathan laughing and it broke the internet. Is his body still the same? Oh, I could just use that. I'm gonna cheat! Okay. Let's see. Yeah, hope that was helpful. Okay, so you guys were asking about glitch. I know I have seen that glitch is accepting... Oh, it's not exactly the same, is it? Did I redraw it? Oh, I did. Oh man, I put my whole ass into that. That's a new drawing? Damn, why'd I waste my time? I could have copy-pasted. No one would know. Boy, okay. What was I talking about? Sure, it was not important. Oh no. Some of you are not connected, and it shows. Some of my lines are not connected. Oh, glitch, right. I seen a thing that they have like a new, what do you call it? Oh, it's called glitch something, and they're like kind of accepting, I don't know, submissions or pitches or something like that of projects to bring on. I believe that's how they acquired Lackadaisy, although I'm not totally sure. And I don't know what to do with that information just yet, because there's not an email associated with it. And I know a person who works there. I'm not like friends with them, but they are the partner of an acquaintance or of a friend. So I guess it'd be possible to kind of like ask around about it, but I'm not sure exactly how that works. I'm not sure exactly what that process is like, or who to reach out to. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to pitching to them. I just don't know exactly what the steps of that look like right now. Maybe that's something I should look into. I mean, they are kind of like the big prominent like indie studio right now. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea, or anything like that. I just, I don't know. I've not asked my, the person who I should probably ask. I've not asked them about it. And I don't know, that ask might be a dead end. I don't know exactly who to reach out to about it. I don't know if I'm well connected enough there. I mean, maybe they would look at it and be like, oh yeah, this legacy indie project, sure. And the same with, I mean, Lackadaisy is also kind of it was a webcomic first, right? It's kind of a legacy project in that way. I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, that would be cool. That would be, I'm definitely like open to that. But I have not carved out the time to figure out what the steps of that would look like exactly, or what that would entail. I know also like, they're just starting to get into 2D. I mean, obviously they've done it with like Knights of Guinevere. And Lackadaisy is 2D, although the first episode was not produced by them. I don't know exactly what that, like, I don't know. I don't know enough about that process yet. I mean, I don't know if they're taking on, I don't know. I don't know what they're looking for. I do think Welcome to Hell might be a good fit potentially, but I don't know if they're like, maybe they don't want to take on any more like 2D stuff. I don't know. Maybe the 2D stuff is, I'm just not really sure. I mean, I have no idea. I'm not like speculating. I'm not saying any of this to be like, I don't know about that. Like, I genuinely don't know. I guess it couldn't hurt to reach out and give it a shot, but I don't know. I'm just not sure exactly what that would look like. I do think Welcome to Hell would be a cheaper show than Knights of Guinevere. My shit does not require a ton of polish. I mean, it could potentially have more polish, but I don't think it needs to. The look that I'm kind of going for with Welcome to Hell is like, I kind of want it to look like
when I have a cleaned and colored shot, like I do kind of want it to look like 90s TV animation. Like it's not an amazing quality. Like I kind of want to, like it's not like feature quality or anything like that. I kind of like the idea of it like looking a little bit crappy because my work looks a little bit crappy. Like I'm not a feature level animator. I don't think so. I mean, I'd like to be, but I almost got to work on a feature one time. It got canceled. But my color range is all fucked up. I don't know. Maybe it's definitely something I can look into, and maybe I should make a point of looking into it. Right now, I'm kind of just like focused on trying to get this done, because I don't think I can really I don't think there's a way to like be like, well, I'm balls deep in a project right now, but like I think I kind of have to finish what I'm working on first. Maybe I don't. Maybe I could do both at the same time, but I don't know. We shall see. That's my answer. Sorry, it's kind of vague. I just am one person, and I haven't really set aside the time to do it, to look into that. And I don't know. I guess at the very least I could like ask what kind of thing they're looking for. That might be helpful. Okay. Which collab would eat? That's funny. Erica, you remind me of the tropical Furby in the best way possible. Thank you. The tropical Furby? Hold on. Is that the Furby I think it is? Tropical Furby. Sorry, we're doing a Furby excursion. Yeah. Thank you. That is my goal. I was wearing a tropical shirt the other day, actually. Wow, this is really funny. I haven't seen a lot of this Furby, to be honest. Oh man, he's fun. He is rare. Ooh, he goes for a couple $100. So people doing Furby customizations, like, skyrocketed the price of old Furbies, which sucks for me because I'm looking at my shelf of Furbies up there. I was buying cheapo, like just shit, like $8 Furbies from like Goodwill. You know, to customize and stuff, and because I like them and they're cute and they're sweet. Yeah, I think for a while the price of like old Furbies was really inflated. I don't know if it still is. It does look like this tropical Furby is kind of rare. Let me see. Let me read on the Furby wiki. How many of these are there? It was an exclusive to ToysRUs.com. It's a special edition. Okay, yeah, so this one's pretty rare. I wonder how many were made. They are known for having mechanical problems, as common with Furbies having the JT factory code. The tropical Furby is the only Furby that wears footwear. Interesting. Wow, rare Furby. There was a do you guys know about the Kid Cuisine Furby? Because there was another rare Furby that was like an exclusive that you could get as like a mail-in. If you mailed in enough of those little like coupon like box top things for Kid Cuisine, you could get a Kid Cuisine Furby. And the Kid Cuisine Furby is apparently super rare. And there was a post on like Furbler, on like Furby Tumblr about like, this was years ago now, but like I guess there was a whole bunch of them that showed up on like eBay or something. And the story was, I don't know if this was actually in the description on eBay or if someone was just like, you know, speculating, but the idea was that there was a warehouse of them somewhere that just never got, like, not that many people sent in the box tops or sent in enough box tops or whatever for how many of these Kid Cuisine Furbies there were, and someone had like acquired the warehouse of them, or not the warehouse, but you know what I mean, like it had acquired all these extra Furbies. Oh, he's missing his scarf right there. Oops. And we're just selling them on eBay or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but I love the idea of like the warehouse of Kid Cuisine Furbies, of rare Kid Cuisine Furbies. I feel like that could be like a movie. There's like an Uncut Gems or something esque movie that could come of that. I feel like that'd be really good. Here, how am I gonna animate this scarf? Where does the scarf go? Is it here? It's there. Where's my onion skins? There we go. Oh, sock. Okay. I'm just gonna wing this. We're not gonna see it. It's behind Jonathan's hand, but... Oh. That's why my shit looks so bad. I turned off the smoothing. Okay. Sorry, chat. I gotta lock in for just a sec, and then I promise I'll be more attentive. I know this isn't really going to show that much, but I think it's best to just draw through and make it happen. Also, I'm going to turn off Jonathan because he's going to interact with the... Jonathan layer is going to interact too much with what I'm doing. Oh, Jonathan layer. Okay, well, that's not it. We can keep his draw strings there. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, it's its own thing. Oh, I gotta go feed my rabbits. I'm gonna do that in a second. I can hear them in the other room, starving, angry, committing crimes. They mustn't commit the crimes. Oh my god. I'm just kidding, my rabbits are not starving. I'm a very good bunny mom. I took them to the vet yesterday to get their rabbit vaccine. What? Oh, above. Right. Not that you're so crazy that you suddenly start whispering. Yeah. You gotta talk to yourself.
adorable Furby that gave birth to babies. Oh my god. Okay, we're in deep Furby mode. Speaking of Furbies, I have to go feed mine. Okay, TV Paint is saving. I'll be back. Baka from the Boom Generation. It's all kid cuisine Furbies. Always has been. Oh yeah. Anyone who peaced out? Bye. Hope you have a good day. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, okay. I was actually wondering that. Okay, you mentioned doing a lip sync assignment. And then you also saw Why Are You White? I didn't know what I thought you were asking me. And I was like, I don't know. That's funny. Okay, it's from Mean Girls. That's a good one. There's a lot of good quotes from that. That sounds really fun. It says let's get this stream up to 100 likes. I'm pretty sure it's at 200 right now, so thank you. Where would be best to send Whalethon? I don't know. I guess you can't post it in chat, can you? Where do you post stuff? It'd be cool if there was like a way we could like throw up like a thing to like send files to each other. I don't know if there's somewhere like that you could upload like a little. I mean, maybe you don't want to like put it on like your like actual Instagram or something like that. I guess you could email it to me or just shoot it to me in a private message or something on the social media website of your choice. I can share it on stream if you want. Okay, I'm missing that. Alright, what are we at? We're at 2 minutes and 49 seconds of a stream. Dang. I've been doing this a long time, huh? I don't know. I might quit when my wife comes home from work. I don't know. That might be a good time to peace out. But I don't know. How you guys doing? How's everyone holding up? The viewer count has dropped off a bit, so I wouldn't feel bad. You know, people have to leave eventually. You know, I wouldn't be like piecing out in like the middle of like a peak stream or anything. If I do, maybe when we get closer to the 3-hour mark, we'll see what we're feeling. My message sent prematurely. Oh no! I swear, this doesn't usually happen. Oh, okay. The Whale-a-thon sent on Instagram. I'm sorry that it sent prematurely. That sucks. That's my worst fear, is like typing something and hitting send before I'm done with it. Ooh. Okay, sorry. An artist I'm friends with just posted a comic, and I'm like, I want to read that. Okay, sorry. I hate getting on social media because I'm just like, ooh, like immediately, like shiny thing, and it goes off in some other direction. Requests, is maybe that it? Is this today? No, what is this? So. What is this? Sorry. Oh, okay, got it. Accept. I don't see it. Sorry, I don't see the message. I see messages that I sent to people recently, but that's okay. Maybe you're still working on it. What is the name of the program? TV Paint. YouTube lets you post to community pages. Oh yeah, that's true. It could. I could post it there, but I mean, like how. Someone in chat could send it. Unless it does. Like if you, I guess I could make a community post and will it let you upload pictures in the comments? That would be interesting. I don't think it does, but. Parts of the live stream. You got a like, Erica. Thank you. We're just chilling here today. What a lucky St. Patty's treat. Oh, you're emailing it. Okay. Emailing it. Sorry. Again, opening any social media is like just a barrage of like. Okay. Someone reaching out to me on LinkedIn. Patreon. I don't have the email yet. Is it like a @Gmail address that you sent it to? Because I might have. I'm sure I have Gmail. I think that I have uesterart@gmail on my YouTube profile. If I don't, then I need to update it. Maybe it got sent to the junk? No? Oh, it did! It got sent to junk. Sorry. Yeah, I guess Gmail doesn't understand the word Whale-a-thon and probably flagged that. I can see now why that would happen. Whale-a-thon with hair. Ooh, that's pretty fun. I don't know why, but I pictured him like whale shaped, which is not a furry. I just pictured like a whale. Is there two of them? Only one of them is loading. I'm going to hold it up to the camera so everyone can see Whale-a-thon. I don't know if it's going to work. But beautiful, beautiful Whale-a-thon. That's fun. I like that a lot.
When I was a kid, I had this pretend game that I would play with my friends at recess where we were all animals. I mean, I played that with all of my friends all the time, regardless, but there was like a larger game that I had with some kids at school, and each one of us had like our animal that was like a character. They were not furries, they were like not anthros, what do you call them when they're on all fours? Like Disney furries. There's a different word for it. Anyway, quadrupeds, ferals, I don't know. Furries, help me out here. Anyway, and we each had like a character. And at first it was just me and like some core friends, but then some kind of like randos and like acquaintances like wanted to join. And it's like, okay, sure, I guess that's fine. And I was drawing a picture of all of us, of all of our characters. Like just a group picture of like, you know, oh, this one's a dog and this is a cat. And they're all like reasonable animals that you could pretend to be at recess on like the playground. But then this one kid joined and he was like, I want to be a whale. I think this is where the like whale Sona thing comes from. Is like, this kid was like, can my character be a whale? And I was like, can it be a whale? Like, what do you mean? How are you going to be a whale? Like, and I was such a like particular little shit when I was like playing pretend with people when I was younger, and like some people kind of get the vibe of what you're doing and then some people kind of don't, or they like want to play in a way that you're like, what, how am I supposed to work with that? Like, that's not a good yes and, that's a no and, right? Like, it's like, what do you mean you're a whale? How are you going to pretend to be a whale? And he was like, I just really like whales. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, you can be a whale, it's fine, whatever. He was a killer whale. And I'm like, how am I going to put the whale in the picture of all of us? Like, how is the whale even going to hang out with all the other animals? We're all dogs and cats and shit. How the fuck is a whale even going to... And so I had this drawing of this big group of all of us with our little, like, animal sonas. And then in the background, the whale was, like, jumping. But I didn't want him to just be, like, way in the distance. I did want him to be, like, part of the group. So he was jumping and kind of, like, turning towards camera, like, I'm a whale! Like, and I was just like... I was so mad about it because it felt really stupid to draw, and it felt really like conceptually stupid. Like, how do you play pretend as a whale? I get it if you're in a pool, if you're in a swimming pool, yeah, let's play whales. But like, we're on a playground equipment. How the fuck do you be a whale? So I was very mad about that. But anyway, I was like really incensed by that, and I kind of vaguely remember talking to my friends like, dude, why does he want to be a whale? And they were like, it's fine, just let him be a whale. Like, there was a couple times like that where I'd be playing pretend with someone when I was like a real little kid, and I was like, no, that's not how we do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, you can't have the power that gives you all the powers. Like, I remember one time I was playing with my cousin, actually. This is cousin slander. I probably shouldn't say this, but we were playing like, I think we were playing pretend with like the Lion King or something, and we were like Scar and Simba like fighting like at the end of the Lion King or something like that. And she played really rough, and she was like, she like grabbed a stick from the ground and stabbed me in the hand with it. And I had this like stab wound on my hand, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, anyway, there was stuff like that where I was just like, dude, like we're playing, like, that's different than the whale kid. I guess that's like a totally different thing. But there was like more petty things where I don't know. I remember like telling on someone once because, or like getting really not telling on someone. I got really upset because like we were like coloring pages of a coloring book, and if someone was like picking a color that didn't make any fucking sense, I was like, that's not, why would you color it like that? You know, and they're just like, I don't know. Anyway, I always got really upset about stuff like that. I mean, you're a kid, whatever. You don't have like any sense of what kind of socialization is, or you're still trying to figure out how to socialize. But I just, like, I have these memories of me being like, you can't be a whale! You can't color this thing orange! Why? Anyway. I'm not like that anymore. You can be a whale. You can color that thing orange. Although, I do have a memory of, like, a friend of mine had a coloring book of, like, American Girl dolls or something. And one of the, I don't know all the characters, I don't know all their names, but one of them is black, and she was coloring her with a black crayon. And I was like, I don't think you can do that. And she's like, well, she's black. And I'm like, she's not literally black. There's a brown in there. Like, I don't, like, that feels, I think that's a little racist. Like, I know we're 9, but, like, that's a little bit racist, dude. And it's just like, what do you, she wasn't, I mean, we were kids, like, we didn't know, or she didn't know. But I was just like, bro, you can't do that, dog. Like, that's not, anyway, whatever. Kids are, I was right in that instance, I'm just saying. I may not have been right about the whale thing. But alrighty. What am I doing? Where does it, just like getting mad about the idea of kids that like don't understand like color theory or something. It's like a very artist thing. It's not literally that color. White people aren't literally white. Like, you would pick a color. You would pick, like, the peach or something in there. Buy the Crayola box that has all the skin tones in it. I don't know. Or make them Simpsons colored or something. I don't know. Just, like, make it a color of some sort. That's terrible. I shouldn't be saying that on Discord. But not Discord, whatever this shit is. YouTube. Sorry, I'm such a boomer. Oh yeah, if you want to send your rough animation, Simon, that'd be cool. I'd be down to see it. Feel free to send it where'st ever you would like. Check it out. Oh, okay, the other pic is him without hair and full body. I couldn't get that one to load for some reason, but I will check it out later. Carson animals? Is that what they call it? I've heard different terms for it, so I'm not oh, cartoon. Oh, they just say cartoon animals to mean like four-legged, any kind of four-legged animal. I've heard like a couple different terms for that, so I'm not really sure like what people use. I think within the furry community, like I think within anthropomorphic character community, that when they're talking about that kind of animal, they have to specify like feral or like quadrupeds or something like that, because the default is the furry type, right? But outside of that, like I don't know, I guess just cartoon animal. But see, to me, cartoon animal is like, is that not also like Sonic the Hedgehog? No, he's more like a mascot. I don't know. Are you regular with them, or do you not do them regularly? I've been trying to do streams more regularly. I did them a couple weeks ago. I did a stream. I was trying to... God, my hair looks disgusting. I'm sorry. I was trying to stream once a week. So I did 2 weeks in a row, and then I did 2 weeks of not streaming. And now I'm back at it. So I'm going to try and stream once a week. You know, but if I'm busy one week, it might not happen. And right now I don't have like a dedicated day that I am streaming on. I should probably decide on a day. I have not done that yet. Talking about turning me into a furry. Do I want to be a wolf or not? I would like to be a wolf. I feel like, okay, I thought about this a lot. Like, if I had a fursona, I mean, I am a wolf girly, so I feel like I would want that. But part of me is like, doesn't everyone kind of have a wolf? Like, and like part of I think the appeal of furrydom is sort of being this like ideal version of yourself. But I kind of also like the idea of just like, but what would I be translated to a furry? Like, if a furry were to give me a fursona, what would they make me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, in in the deaf community, you you have to be given your, I think this is the case, you have to be given your like sign name by another deaf person. Like, you can't just be like, this is my, anyway. And I kind of feel like maybe it would be, I want to know what a furry would, if I had to pick an animal that I think I am most like, I think I'm probably more of a raccoon. But I don't know. The animal I would want to be, probably a wolf. Or just like a scraggle dog, just like a mutt, like, one ear up, one ear down kind of situation. I don't know. Some kind of canine. But, you know, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's totally up to you. Like, what is the, like, I have a bunch of different, like, if there's all these different qualifiers, right? Like, is it what I want to be, or is it what I'm most like? You know, that kind of thing. I'm interested also in, like, what would a furry, I should ask one of my furry friends, just like, hey, will you do me? I don't know. Okay, what am I doing? Okay. Says the video, oh yeah, it's bad. I think it's better now. I think it just got better, but sorry if the stream quality sucked for a second. Alright, some other people heading off. See ya. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Barrels, quadrupeds, animal fiction, like warrior cats. I almost said xenofiction because that's what I was thinking of. I was like, yeah, when we're talking specifically about like fiction, like books or whatever, I know xenofiction is the term. I watch a YouTuber, oh god, I can't think of his name, but he talks about xenofiction, and I'm like kind of obsessed. I love it. I just love anyway, his whole channel is like discussing xenofiction, and anyway, he's got a lot of opinions. Like getting into a specific rabbit hole of whatever, someone's special interest. Yeah, sorry, the stream was freezing. I don't know what's going on. I think my internet just kind of took a hit. Your persona is a mix of an Italian greyhound and a lobster. That's awesome. Okay. Alright. Well, maybe I'll have to think about what kind of mix of animals I would be. I guess I could be like a raccoon wolf. I had a friend also have friends who was like oh man, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't repeat this interpersonal furry drama on the stream in case they listen, but it was a matter of like one friend had like a fursona that was like an animal that identified as a different animal, or that like preferred to be referred to as another animal, and another friend who was like like, that seems a little, like, is that okay to do unless you're trans? It's like, there's too many levels of queer furry drama here for me to comment upon. So I don't know, but the friend who was NB was like, I don't know, I just like, they're not trans or NB. Can they have a fursona that's like, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they ever discussed that, but I do remember thinking, like, what a fascinating, like, subculture drama to have. I mean, these are the questions. These are the real questions. What did I do with that inside mouth color? I need that mouth color. The mouth tone. No one's talking about the mouth tone. Okay. No! Why you do this to me? Oh, is it? No. I shouldn't need to turn the gap closer on. I don't see a gap. But if you say so, TV Paint. Alright. Let's give him his hair. He's looking kind of Alvin and the Chipmunksy. Without his bangs. Without he bang color. Okay. Thanks for streaming, Erica. Thank you for sending me $4.99. Thank you so much. That's awesome, actually. Out of curiosity, do you usually check your social, like Instagram and others? I do. I don't check them regularly, and I don't check them every day, to be honest. I used to. Not to, like, I feel like there's this real, like, epidemic of people bragging how little they're on social media, so I'm not trying to do that, but I do find I'm happier if I'm not on it as much. And when I get on, it's frustrating because I get immediately sidetracked from the reason that I got on in the first place, and also most of the time it's just like pushing me ads or something. Like, for a while, not so much anymore, but for a while Instagram was like only showing me like suggested people to follow or ads for something that I could buy, and I'm like, bro, I want to see my friends posting art. Like, this is what this is fucking for. Why are you not showing me that? It doesn't really have that problem so much right now. I think it's been all right lately, but I do check my social medias eventually. I think lately I probably checked Instagram and Blue Sky maybe the most. I don't know. But yeah, I do check them. So if you want to send something to me on a social media, I will see it. If it's Instagram and we're not like friends on Instagram and it shows up as like a request, I tend not to see those until like way later, just because, like, again, I don't check it that much, and when I do check it, what I see first is a message that someone I'm like friends with has sent me. Yeah, let's save. So sometimes I don't see a message until it's like way many months later. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. Okay, I just sent the video over. Is that, oh, that was the lip sync assignment? Yeah. Is it email or Instagram? Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. Do you care if I share this or talk about it on stream? If not, I won't. Like, I won't. That's okay. But oh, right. Okay, you can also like make up different species. That's a good point. Oh, if you want to share the video off the stream, if you choose, just blur it out. Pretty please. Oh, okay, because your name is in it. Got it, got it. This is cute. Sorry, I'm gonna watch it again. I'm sorry, this is nothing to the stream. This is really cute. Oh my god. This is great. Sorry. I'm just gonna watch it again. The character acting is really, really good too. I feel like this is like, this is a really nice character acting assignment in addition to lip sync. That's really fun. Nicely done. Yeah, you're about like halfway through, yeah? Really good. Maybe not halfway through, I don't know. Oh, sorry, that's just what the scrubber looks like. Yeah, peace out to the people who have left. Thank you for stopping by. I love notes. I don't know if I really have notes. I think it looks really, really good. I think your instincts are really good for what, you know, what mouth shapes to use. Your character acting is really good. I do think if you wanted to focus more on lip sync, you could probably move the character around a little less. I like all of the poses that they hit. I think they're great. But you know, if you wanted to use it as more of a, you know what I mean? Like you could just kind of have them hit a pose and stay in it for a second and then talk, and then hit another pose and stay in it for a second and then talk, so that you're focusing more on the actual lip sync of it. But yeah, yeah, if you want to just like hit a pose and like hold it for a second, then you could just do the lip sync. But also it looks to me like you're using this assignment also as an excuse to practice character acting, which I think is great. That's what I would be doing in a lip sync assignment. That is what I did with my lip sync assignment in school as well. But yeah, I mean, that would be my only advice is like, if you want to just focus on lip sync, then you could do less whole body acting. Just have them hit a couple poses and stay there, rather than doing cycling through a couple different poses. Just have them hit fewer poses. But honestly, your poses are great. I know that's not the assignment, but your poses and your character acting are great. The lip sync is great. I think they look great together. don't really have any notes other than like if your professor is like, yeah, the assignment was just focus on lip sync or something, that would be my, I don't know. I mean, if they don't mind, then, you know, then do a full on character acting assignment. I think that's great. But yeah, looks awesome. I wish my lip sync assignment looked that good. I don't think I finished mine. The year that we did like the class that we did the lip sync assignment in, I don't think I finished almost any assignment in that class. When I was in college, I was caught in 2 different love triangles. I was caught up in 2 different love triangles, one semester and another semester. They might not have been exactly triangles. They might not have been proper triangles, but it was like very hard to concentrate. And so there were several projects that I was just like, sorry, it didn't get done. Honestly, every project I didn't get done. Welcome to Hell isn't finished either. That was not for love triangle reasons. That was just because I bit off more than I can chew. But I don't know. I was very distracted in college. It's also like the first time ever in my life that I was like, I don't want to say popular or like cool or whatever, because I don't think anyone who's going to school for animation is popular or cool. But you know what I mean? Like when you're with a bunch of other like animation nerds, I was like, oh, people like me. Like these are my people, right? So it was like, I don't know, just like a lot going on socially, I guess. If that makes sense. You didn't ask for any of this, but I'm just saying your assignment is really good, and may you do well in your assignment and in all future assignments, and may you not get distracted by getting caught up in a love triangle, unless you really want to, in which case you only live once. Okay. VFS. I don't know what VFS is. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to look that up. If you have a name that you want updated on the Patreon, maybe I might be able to do that. I will do another round of like, here's all the Patreon people for part 2. But I gotta say, I don't know how anyone puts their fucking Patreon credits in at the end of the video. There's no good way to like download it. You can download it as like a CSV, but then you have to like edit the CSV. I don't know. I needed to download a program for editing CSVs, and like, oh God forbid if someone has like a fucking special character in their name or an emoji or some shit, and it's just like, how do I organize any of this in a way that's there's some company that makes like a plugin supposedly that can like convert your Patreon patrons to like a proper list for your YouTube credits. It's like a plugin or an app or something, and and they are also on Patreon, and I like subscribe to their Patreon and try to download it, and it like doesn't work. I can't find anyone talking about why it doesn't work. I think it's maybe just a scam. Yeah, I don't know how like all these like YouTube video essayists do it. Well, they probably like hire editors and stuff, but like I don't know, man. I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I did eventually, but like man, it was a fucking pain in the ass. If I could never have to do it again, that would be great, but I know that realistically won't happen. Hello, my wife.
Hello.
I am streaming.
Oh.
But I should probably stop soon because I'm a little past 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh wow! Congrats.
Thank you. How was work?
We'll get into it later off stream.
Okay. Man. Yeah. I should probably get going at a certain point. Man, yeah, coloring is a lot easier to stream, I'll tell you what. What's chat up to? Also didn't finish my assignments, my stuff. Oh, that's cool. Dude, that's nuts. You studied under Don Bluth. It's good to hear that he's a good guy. I've always hoped that he is. I bet you learn a lot that way from just like studying under someone who's like been doing it forever. But yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, my stream is like really behind. Highly encourage us to work on character acting as well, but it's officially labeled as lip sync. Okay, then perfect. I mean, you're nailing it. You're nailing the character acting and the lip sync. So, props to you. What colors do I want my persona to be? I don't know. See, this is the other thing is like that I struggle with is like, do I make it real animal colors or do I make it like Sparkle Dog colors? I'm torn. Like I am more drawn to regular animal colors unless the animal has powers, in which case I think the colors should be themed to the powers. So if I don't have powers, then probably like... Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Because if it's like an anthropomorphic furry, then like you can like dye your hair and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it could be any colors. Like they're kind of people in that way, and they can choose what colors to adorn themselves with. But if we're talking like quadrupeds, I feel like if it's like an animal that has ice powers, it should be ice colored. You know, or maybe it has a jewel in its forehead or something like, but if we're just talking like fursonas, I don't know. My favorite, and then also like my favorite colors and my favorite colors to wear are different things. Like my favorite color is like bright, obnoxious, glow in the dark green or neon green or like just like whatever the most obnoxious green available is. Bright green. But like in terms of colors to wear, I like more muted colors, like earth tones and kind of like olive drab colors or whatever, or black or gray. And sometimes purple. A little bit of purple. Because purple is like a little bit of like, I think you can work a little bit of purple in. That's why I have like the purple lid on my Owala. Purple pink, I guess. I feel like purple is a good pair with like darker colors because it's like a little bit of color, but it's not too much. It's not too fruity. And it's like goth. Purple is like the second most goth color besides black or red, because purple is the color of like, it's like psychic Pokemon. It's like goth anime girl with blunt cut bangs, you know what I mean? So I also like purple. I like purple and green. Those are my favorites. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Alright, I think I'm maybe gonna finish up this frame and then end the stream because we are past the 3 hours and 30-minute mark, which I think is plenty of time to have had your fill of me. And also we've had the stream count has like dropped off significantly, so I wouldn't be like just leaving a bunch of people out to dry. So yeah, it is getting to be time. But as I am wrapping up, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, watch something else. Or tell me you didn't enjoy it in the comments. That is helpful. Yeah, and I'd like to start doing this more often. Again, I want to start doing this like once a week, but some weeks I'm gonna be busy. So we'll see. I am gonna try to maintain the possibility of doing this once a week though. So yeah. Okay, there we go. Finished that frame. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna work on ending the stream. Maybe next stream I'll wash my hair before I come on. Enjoy Whalethon's existence. I shall. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Awesome. Your day out there on the Western Coast. Like to be here for the first time, even I wasn't here a lot. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. Hell yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you hopefully next week. I don't know exactly what day, but hopefully YouTube will give you a notification when it's happening. And maybe if I start doing this more regularly, I can find sort of like a day that works as like a regular day to do it. Maybe it's every Wednesday or something like that, or every Monday. Maybe that's another help you get out of bed thing. It's like, I have to stream and not just have an exciting breakfast. So yeah, okay, cool. Well, thank you for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.